Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Mediacom, are you being stupid? Are you okay? God damn it, Mediacom. You gotta be... My God. I can't believe this shit. Let's try 3.5. I thought things were fixed. They are apparently not fixed, but whatever. Okay, 3.5 is working. Well, Seymour, I made it, despite your directions. Hey, son, in Minecraft. So, just as a little bit of a heads up, this will be slightly spoilery if you have, if you don't know dot hack stuff, well, or if you like saw the first part of the stream. But there'll be some slight spoilers. This is the post game of Volume 3, so in a way, my party itself, not the party that I currently have, but like some of my party members in the menu may be considered spoilerinos. Some events. God fucking damn it. Okay, Parker, you need to get down. You cannot be annoying me while there is bitrate issues going on. I can't believe Mediacom sometimes. Like, this is just after they did all of this crap to fix things. Like, no, not now. It's still having issues. Anyway, there may be some mild spoilers. I'm not going to intentionally spoil anything. But yeah, this is Dot Hack, GU, Last Recode, end of Volume 3. We're going to be doing some post-game stuff. And, this is my favorite area in the game, Net Slum. This is a pretty, this tends to show up in Dot Hack stuff. And it's great. So there's these people, their faces are old CRT TVs. They've got emoticons for faces. Good morning, good night, what a pain, good day. Morning or night, I don't know. Give me, because I do not know. Give me your watch. Give me everything. You're leaving? Goodbye. Birds are chirping, and you're going home. Where's my home? Give me, because I do not know. Give me your home. Give me everything. I love these dudes. A wise man once said, I think, therefore I am. But there's another question that needs to be raised. If you exist due to your skepticism, then how does the world exist? Miniskirts. John Strauss. No, it cannot be. How can such uncertain, ephemeral things make this world? Where is the world? The world is here. It is where I live. It is where I exist. It is the place you see when you open your eyes. Yes, the world is always with me. In fact, I can say that I am the world. I am. I am the world. I am the world! I love these little dudes. So these little dudes, they're... Well, it's not entirely clear what they are. They're hacked player characters in this, if you're not familiar with Dot Hack at all. It's this MMORPG, like it's a story about an MMORPG, and it's not really just an MMO. There's a lot of existential stuff going on. And so these guys, it's never really made quite clear if they're AIs, which they presumably are, or like just hacked people that are hackers, because there is at least one hacker here who may still be an AI, but I love these dudes. Welcome, valued customer. Solar has every item that there is. He lies. There are good items, though. Yeah, I don't understand why Mediacom is like, oh my god, it's still having, oh my... I'm gonna message them right now. Oh my god. So I just had to go message them on Twitter. Yeah. Whatever. I may just have to wait. What is it? Why is it so inconsistent? The bitrate is being so weird. Oh, whatever. I'm just not going to worry about it. And then it drops all the way. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, Marcus. It'll probably even out. It did last time. I don't know. Yeah, I really like these little dudes. Oh, the dog is the best. The dog is extra. Oh, no! Don't log out. Let's find the dog again. The dog is extra creepy. There he is. Clo-foo-foo. Look at him. A true fake or a fake truth? Which is true? Fakes and lies everywhere. Right and left. Lies all over the place. Fakes, fakes. Everything is fake. It is also true. Smiley face. Is a character that you cannot edit a fake? A talent that shouldn't exist. Is it a fake? Fakes, fakes. Everything is fake. It is also true. That's right, Parker. Hello, yes. Are we real? Are we fake? That too is you for you to decide. Nut Slum is always a delightful existential crisis. Love this place. I don't know, I really don't know. I don't know either, buddy. Yeah, it's just like this area of trash data that is represented kind of like literal trash. It has these really interesting themes about it going on. White smoke bug. Indeed. And I like this woo face here. Alright, I found something. I've played this game a whole ton back when it came out like 10 years ago. And I really love this place and I like to peek around and stuff. But there was one thing I never noticed here when I played this originally. Just take a look in this alleyway. Oh. 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 Okay then. So that's just there. That's just there and that's fine. Hey, music. I like that you can kind of see Mac Anu way in the distance there. So this is like a server. This is like a pirate server within the game itself. Made by, well, spoilers. And, or at least, not necessarily made by, but it's very likely that a certain person... Yes! Yes! Seems very related to Helba and the other games and series and stuff. Oh man, that stupid Ryu Book 1. It's gonna take forever to level up. So this game rewards you in terms of like, that's very quiet. How is everybody doing? That's right, Parker. Yeah. This game likes to reward you in terms of like, you know, collect all the items, trade a lot with your buddies, open lots of treasure chests and all that stuff. Hey James, play lots of game time, all that kind of stuff. But the thing for Battles 1, like, is really grindy and it takes forever to level that one up. So I would like to get all of the platinum things, or all the trophies and whatever in this game. That's right. But unfortunately, one of them requires getting all of those to level 9, which is pretty much what you would expect for, you know, trophies. But, yeah, getting that one in particular to 9. All of the others don't seem like they would be too big of a deal. But, yeah. Man, so I'm super excited for this. Has a volume 4 now. In the remaster, so like there's a whole new chapter. I don't know if it's like the same length as the other games. I would be surprised if it was, because they're each like 20-30 hours on their own. Like how many hours did I play in this one? Yeah, about 20-30 hours. Depends how much side stuff you do, but I played them before, and this version is easier than it was on PS2, so kind of zoom through them. Yes. Well, I guess first thing, I guess I should just kind of grind to, let me change my party to people who like me less. This has an affinity system, and this has like a marriage thing as part of the final episode. You can do like an MMO marriage to, you know, your BFF Jill. And, one of the cool things is in the remaster, you can apparently marry everybody. So that is pretty cool. Ignore the person who I just added to my party. That's spoilers. But yeah, I'm just gonna make an area word Hey, Sam. That's not desk buddy. My desk buddy is right here on my desk right now. Alright, barbecue plate. So there's this level that, like, if you go to areas with the last word as barbecue plate, it, they have these chims that, you kick them, I'll show you. It raises your party members' affection, so you can kind of grind that. But they changed it so that not only can you marry everyone, you can redo the marriage event, so you don't have to do save and load, and all that crap. So you can basically marry everybody in the game if you want to, and see little extra scenes and stuff. How you doing, Kite? I see.
Third unit leader Kaede, reporting for duty.
So since it's like an MMO, one of the things you can do in this game is you can kind of interrupt player killers or just enemies beating up a player. And it's just a neat little thing that makes it try to feel a bit more like an MMO. Like I said in the first .hack stream, the game doesn't really play a lot like an MMO, but that's kind of a good thing because most MMOs play like garbage. Let me lower the bitrate a little bit. See if that causes less issues. I can't believe BDCon. I've basically had this problem for a full year now. Audio in the game is pretty quiet. I can turn it up a bit. I mean, this area just kind of is quiet. We'll see how that is. I raised that quite a bit. We'll see what it's like when I get into a battle. I usually go for around, like, I think negative 40 decibels is where I try to
wonder if I have enough chim spheres.
Hey bro, be a bud. Give me some chim sphere, please.
Like, how does Mecha Grunty sound? Is he too loud?
Chim spheres.
I hope you actually heard that because I can see that. I almost wish OBS has like a live indicator of how bad the stream quality can be. Like, it flips me out every time I see a dip from green. And Mediacom is Garbo, so it kind of does that a lot right now. It seems to have mostly stabilized, though. I mean, I'm definitely getting my money back from the time when I could not stream literally at all. I don't know how much they'll want to refund when it's like intermittent. But, yeah. Gruntilda. I don't understand that reference. You are a fluffy boy! Yes, you are. Is the game a little loud now? That looks loud. I think that looks loud. Gruntilda's Banjo Kazooie? Okay. Yeah, I think it was kind of fine before. The areas, there's kind of a fair amount of dynamic range. How does this sound now? Because like there isn't music in the background of this area. It's just music. It's just rain. So yeah, the new form in the third volume. In the first volume, actually I don't think we've got far enough to see, but in the first volume you get this heavy sword thing, which is pretty cool. It's one of my favorite weapons. In the second one you get this wide-range scythe thing, which scythes are always cool, but it has a nice wide range, but moving around with it and using it is a little bit less fun, so I tend to prefer the broadsword. And in this volume you get a gun, which you finally have a bit of a ranged attack. Alright, and this one, in this version, you can search for data anomalies too. Oh, so these guys are also part of a quest. You have to hand out a flyer to every different NPC in the game. And these little losers here are the Medics Guild, and they only show up in the middle of dungeons, and it's random where they show up. So you just have to use this thing called the flyer radar, which shows which NPCs you need to give them out to. You just need to pop in and out of a dungeon that has a ton of the little medic nerds, and eventually you'll find them. It's not really my favorite side quest, if you couldn't tell.
The situation is favorable. On guard.
How dramatic. So the nice thing about the guns is that in this especially starting with the last volume, but especially in this one, it's enemies start having counter attacks, but the counter has kind of a limited range. So if you're using melee, you're always going to get hit by it. But if you use the guns, you're pretty much always out of range of the counter. And the counters can give you status effects, which can be really annoying. So like, you hit somebody for like 50 damage, and then they paralyze you for like 30 seconds. And it's frustrating.
Lord Zelkova, my blade is yours to command.
What are you doing now? I don't really need recommendations for mobile games. I'm pretty much done with all of the mobile scene, honestly. What are you doing? What are you doing? Do not do. Do not do. Why you do? Why you do? All right. Yeah, the dot hack games were an interesting kind of like, it was an unusual thing. They're sold, I forget if, I want to say they were at least a little bit cheaper than like, you know, buying 4 or 3 different games separately, but they were sold as one of 3 different volumes, and the first one was 4 different volumes. I want to say they were 40 bucks each instead of 50 or something like that. But, no, Parker was doing things in another room. But, they were a little bit short for an RPG in, you know, 20 hours or so. But, there's a lot of extra stuff to do at the end of them, that's what I'm getting to now here. And a lot of things, they're fairly grindy, but they're mostly fun to do. For instance, one of the things I need to do is I need to grind a bunch of virus cores by basically data draining with this Avatar Awakening. I need, how many more do I need? I need to power up all the lost weapons. I mean, I don't need to, but I already beat the game, but it's helpful to level those up. So I just need about 142 more. And by about, I mean exactly. What am I doing here? Alright, I was looking for the big chim, so... Oh, this is where I've been before. There should be a big chim, which is those little things that I've been kicking in the face. Things in this game really enjoy being kicked in the face. It's... I think it's some sort of fetish, but it's alright because they give us money. There's things that actually you run up and kick it and it says, "Wow, you kicked me, I'll give you money." That's just the kind of relationship you have with things in this game. Highly recommend that you do that in real life. Kick people, they will give you money. Trust me. Real. Alright, so it's this thing. So that's a god chim, and it gives you a lot of chim for one thing, and it also, once you beat it, it will give a whole bunch of, well, I'm not sure how much exactly, but it gives you affection with all of your party members.
Quite unexpected. Till we meet again.
I'm almost surprised that God Chim did not have to get censored out. This was a little bit after, you know, late PS2 was pretty... The Nintendo gloves were off at this point.
It's the perfect chance to take the offensive.
Taffet's perfect Mediacom likes to kick you in the face for money. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, I should probably not skip the cool animations. I've seen the animation like 100 times, so it's not very cool to me, but I'll let you see it next time I get the awakening. I do really appreciate things that let you skip animations and stuff. One of the best features in an RPG, honestly. I've always really loved that Disgaea lets you do that. Do I like Call of Duty? Not really anymore. Competitive, like, multiplayer online games, like competitive online games specifically, not really my kind of thing anymore. You've got internet issues for one thing, which I obviously have because of frickin' Mediacom. You've got, you know, annoying jerk asses online. You've got cheaters. You've got they're really grindy in like a not a fun way. Like it's a stressful grind usually, not really a fun grind. Like single player RPGs tend to be like a grind, but at least in a fun way. I don't tend to enjoy the online multiplayer grind. And then lately they got all this loot boxes and stuff. It's like I'm just kind of zonked out on all of that kind of stuff. Now cooperative stuff like Borderlands, I really like that. Yeah, not too much into the Call of Duty Battlefield. Last one of those I got was Battlefield 3 actually, and that just came with my graphics card. The last, I was big into Halo online multiplayer. That was a long time ago. I kind of just, I put in my hours. I paid my dues. I'm not really too into it anymore. Though even with Halo, I probably played more online than single player, but I played a lot of single player in that. I could beat the hell out of Legendary in Halo 1. It'll probably take some practice these days. But... oh wait, let's see how much affection I got. Oh, you get like 2 thingers. It's not too bad. Yeah, Borderlands is a big favorite of mine. Can't wait for Borderlands 3 whenever Gearbox finally pulls themselves together on that one. I think I have like 300 hours in Borderlands 2 on Steam, and probably around the same in Borderlands 1. I played that on PS3 though, so I don't know exactly how many hours. So an interesting side effect of in the remake, they kind of made things faster, and it's also a little bit easier, honestly. And one of the things that kind of messes up is when the game tells you, basically you're not supposed to be able to fight things that are more than 5 levels above you. And due to the changes, that's more like maybe 7 levels above you. So it's a little bit hard to find exactly what's right for you to fight in this game. It's not that hard, and I mean, the game's just easier in general. But the point at which you can find a challenge in the game is a little bit harder to find. Which not everybody is really into in an RPG anyway. I tend to like at least a little bit of a challenge. Like, if I never get a game over through a whole RPG, I think that's kind of like... but, if I'm getting a game over every single boss, that's worse than never getting an art. Well, possibly worse. If it's like Pokemon where it just sends you back to the last thing and you lose some money, I'm okay with that. Hello! Yes. But losing progress in games is a big no-no for me. Hello. Would you please not sniff my face while I'm streaming? It just smells like face, okay? That's right. Parker's a very helpful boy. I can't see, honey. Would you please sit? Yes, thank you.
The situation is favorable.
Yeah, losing progress is one of the fastest ways to make me drop a game. In fact, right around the time I played this game, I lost the progress for a bunch of PS2 games because I played my super late PS2 games on my PS3, and it turns out backups for PS3 do not include the PS2 stuff because, I don't know, it was a very weird and stupid time for console operating systems, and yeah, so I think I might have lost my original save data for this series, but I guess it's not really an issue anymore. You're having internet issues too, son? Join the party. Get Grayson in here. They're probably having internet issues too. We can all be mad at our internet providers together. We can bond. I keep forgetting to use these, so my, you can customize weapons in this with like different effects, and my dual swords here have an effect that lets me use that Rengeki more often, which in turn lets me use the Awakening more often, which lets me get the things I need to upgrade my final weapons. Would you please sit? Hey, Capitalist. So this game does an interesting thing with, I don't quite understand the level 3 arts thing. Like, what is... I think Ghost Falcon, yeah, Ghost Falcon. So, like, level 3 arts, I guess, is a thing that you get, like, at the peak of your skill with a thing. And it starts out, it's a skill that starts out really expensive and it gets cheaper as you level up your skill more. But I think I only have, I think the green bars, I think the ones I have green bars in are the ones that I have. Yeah, level 21 must be the point at which you get that. So I need to use my broadsword and my scythe more. Oh, it's a freaking elephant.
So the day that I lose a race has come.
Yeah, these are the animals that you kick and they give you things. You can also run them over with your bike. It's video games. So actually, I should use this thing a bit more. Alright, there's actually a character that lets me Rengeki more too. Endurance has a skill that lets me do that. Or a weapon, rather. Also, since it's like an RPG, or it's like a MMO, you can kind of gift the other players items and they'll use them, or you can tell them to use them. And so you can like gift people the item that you want them to use. You basically have control over the other people, like a regular RPG, but it kind of just makes it have that, you know, the feeling of like a, you know, an MMO. The feel of an MMO, yes. The feel of 60 FPS. I think I remember you, Fred. I think you were in one of those Valentine's streams for that game that I shall not mention by name. Ugh. Oop. Does this area only have one type of enemy? That's weird. So every this game is like semi-procedurally generated, and that areas have different stats when you generate them with words. All the story missions are pre-generated, of course. But generally an area will have like 1 or 2 different enemies per element. I think this area must be a single element area, because I'm only seeing a single type of enemy, which is unfortunately kind of boring. The area variety in this game is the one area I would say that is a notable failing. There's only like 6 different types of areas, or 7 or 8 or something. It's not a lot, and there's a lot of like story exclusive areas that look really cool, but then you only see them like once. I think you were in the Frank Tide Pod stream, if I recall correctly. But yeah, an issue is you'll end up in the same area a lot, and sometimes you'll get like a similar looking area that also has a lot of the same enemy like this. Like, I think it's just genuinely only these little spider dudes. Spider pirate hook things. The enemy designs are pretty cool, but some of them are reused more than others, which is kind of a weird thing. Like, I noticed Neptunia is kind of not very good at handling its asset reuse. They'll reuse the same enemy like 5 times, and then there'll be a different enemy that they could have reused and don't do it at all. And this game does kind of something different. Like, there's like 3 or 4 of these hook guys, but there's this really weird enemy that looks really cool. It's like a tree hanging between 2 like human-sized berry people, and like it is exactly as screwed up as it sounds, and it's so cool. And there's like only one of them. It's weird. Like, I want to see more of those. Those are really cool. Doesn't verify. Oh yeah, Sun. Actually, pretty much all mobile games do that. If you see a thing that's like, follow us on Twitter for 20 gems, you just tap the thing. Actually, I don't believe they have a way, unless you log in with Twitter. They don't really have a way to know that you followed them. They just give you the rewards for clicking the button. Like, click go to Twitter. You can just immediately click back, and that'll pretty much always give you the item in mobile games like that. Yeah, it's unfortunately a lower enemy mob, so we probably won't find them. Let me see if I can find a picture of this. It's like... So this was originally a PS2 game, and PS2 games are kind of just before... it's called a Hangerberry. PS2 games are kind of just before screenshots started being popular, and I don't see a lot of screenshots of the new version, at least not once, with random enemy names. But it's called a Hangerberry, and it is very... It's called a Hangerberry. Oh, shut up, me. I hate when I click it. Wait, I didn't even know I had that tab open. I gotta say, even as a streamer, like somebody that makes videos of myself talking, I hate when I suddenly hear my own voice going through a computer. Like, yeah. For one thing, an interesting thing is you think people are like, oh, why do I sound so weird on like microphones and stuff? You actually hear your own voice in a way. Oh, hey, I got a Crimson Versus card. I already got all of those, but this game has like a mini card game built into it, which is pretty neat. It has really good card illustrations too. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so you actually hear your own voice in a way that nobody else does. So the way that people hear you on a microphone is actually, if it's a good microphone and everything, it is actually a closer approximation of the way you might sound to a different person. Because you hear your voice kind of through your own skull, because your own body conducts the sound differently, which is also why to really properly record something the way a human would record it, they use this special head setup that has like a real fake head, like a head-shaped mold, and they put 2 microphones, one in each ear, to kind of symbolize, not symbolize, but like to get how that sounds. But yeah, you hear your voice through your own body, so like your own voice is different. Like how you interpret your voice is a little bit different from what anybody else hears, and it's even more different from what you'll hear from a regular microphone. Binaural microphones will give you the impression of what another person would hear, which is a little bit different from what a regular microphone would hear. But unfortunately, binaural mics aren't really super common. And so one of the things I hope will be more common with VR and stuff, VR has a lot of fun stuff you can do with sound space. Like, video game sound space is very flat and doesn't really account for a lot of really interesting stuff and really, mathematically complex stuff that real sound happens to deal with. I mean, there's reasons they don't bother to do that because, it's hard. But it's more accurate, and it's interesting when stuff tries to go out of its way to be accurate like that. I love the area words you can make in this game, by the way. I can't believe they made barbecue plate like one of the most important words, because the god chim is here. So if you want to grind your if you want to grind friendship, you gotta kick some god chims, of course. One sad thing is I've been using this same broadsword for this whole game so far. It's actually the broadsword you get for fighting your clone at the end of .hackgu2. It's just so good. I could get better things, but they're not really a lot better. Like, there's things with better stats, but they don't have as good of special effects, basically. I can fight my clone in this, but it's best to fight your clone once you're max level. If you dawdle too much in random areas in this game, or if you go to certain areas where they're guaranteed to spawn, you fight a doppelganger, and the doppelganger has your stats but regenerates, and he switches to whatever weapon you are using, and he's basically you but stronger, like legitimately. But he has this effect where I think if you're more than 8 levels towards the final level, like, the gap between you and him stops or starts decreasing. So once you're at max level, he's a little bit easier than he would otherwise be. It's like nearly impossible without like really good strategy and stuff if you're a wide range away, but if you're max level, he's fairly manageable. Still not crazy easy. I think it's easier in this version because, like I said, they made the game easier in general in this, which most of the changes are actually really good. So this game does a lot of, as a remaster, this game does a bit more than you might expect, considering, I mean, it looks like, you know, a PS2 game rendered with PS4 graphics, right? Which it mostly is, but they also sped up the combat a little bit. They sped up your movement speed. They made attacks deal a little bit more damage, both you and enemies. But that generally just kind of makes it easier. Because you tend to be, well, I mean, it's mostly just to speed up battles in that case. But they also kind of reduced hit stop, which increases the tempo of battle, that's something I really appreciate. Because a lot of PS2 games, they're good, but they kind of feel sluggish and awkward. And I think RPGs in general would benefit from, like, if you could take almost any RPG and speed it up, say 25 to 50%, you've probably got a better game on average. Like, say, the original Mother 1 for NES, very awkward game. That is the most 80s RPG I've ever played. Did I watch Jurassic World? I've barely watched movies in ever. I think the last movie I watched in the theater was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. And I saw that was like when it came out, so that was, God, that was like 10 years ago. That was a long time ago. That was around when this came out, actually. I think a couple years later than that, but I don't know. If you want to know when it came out, you can use the Googles. Wait, where's that thing? So these data skews are actually really important. Like when the screen fizzles. Where was it? Where was it? Huh, I lost it. Because those can give you cheat codes, which you use those in Cheat Alchemy, which lets you level up certain equipment that you couldn't otherwise level up. So they're pretty important, and they're like, there's probably certain areas that make them easier to grind. I just haven't found one, but when I find them, it's pretty fun. Do I generally like to change up weapon, or do you find something I like and stick with it? Do you mean in this game or like in general? I tend to like to mix it up. I guess in both. I guess both. I have a preference for broadsword, but I've actually been using broadsword the least lately. Well, I guess I've been using scythe the least. But my broadsword doesn't have the effect that lets me use Rengeki more often, which means I can't grind for those virus scores as much, so I've been avoiding using the broadsword. I think I have... Oh, hey, I can do the thing. Now I can show you this animation. So in this game you get the Avatar Awakening, which is basically Data Drain. In fact, you even get a trophy called Data Drain when you do it. So I need to get a bunch of those virus cores to power up some stuff. Watch Mr. Nightmare. Don't think I'm familiar. I don't really watch a great deal of YouTube. I just watch, like, I like the Vinesauce guys. At least I like Joel and Vinny. I don't tend to watch too many of the others, but I just don't tend to have a lot of time. I tend to watch those, and I'll watch, like, I'll find a YouTube poop meme that I really like the steamed hams thing, and I'll watch, like, 10 of those, like, what am I saying, 10? I'll watch, like, 50 of those in a row. Steamed hams is extremely good quality, by the way. It's like, that was a fantastic joke in Simpsons, and to see it be a meme is just perfect. Did Septipus post, by the way? Let me check and think. I think it usually posts these days. Okay, Septipus posted. Good. Good for you, Septipus. It was late. It's like 5 to 10 minutes late, though. I like Azure Kite just kind of slinking around here. Hey, buddy. Oh, right, I need to not. So one of the annoying things in the way that 100% completion book kind of thing works is I need to do a lot of surprise attacks to level up that first book, the one I was complaining about. And if you hit them with your bike, it doesn't count as a surprise attack, even though it is a surprise attack. So, like, crashing them with your bike basically counts as a different thing, and they don't double count. So, yeah, it's dumb. So I have to remember to get off the bike, which is annoying because I have a thing on my bike which makes it so the enemies can't see me when I'm on the bike, which makes it very useful for traversing the fields. And the bike is so good. It's kind of a shame. This game has two kinds of areas. It has fields and dungeons, and you can't use the bike in dungeons. So I just tend to not go in dungeons because they're slower because you can't use the bike. It's a shame because visually the dungeons are fun, but I gotta go with speed. I'm a very impatient gamer and I don't have a ton of time to just slowly derp around. I gotta quickly derp around. Wait, did I find that God Chim? I remember seeing it, but I don't remember kicking it. I get so scatterbrained when I stream. There's a lot of things going on. Like, I gotta watch the chat. I gotta make sure the stream is actually operating. I gotta play the game. I gotta try to entertain and talk about things in a non-idiotic manner, or at least in an entertainingly idiotic manner. It's a lot. Like, even just streaming, or not streaming, even just doing like a Let's Play where you know, talking and trying to entertain and be entertaining and stuff. That's already quite a lot of multitasking. See you, Freddy. Congrats to Killiat over in the Discord, who I'm not sure is watching the stream at all, but finished that stupid event in that dumb game. You know the one. Or maybe you don't, and it's better that you don't. I really like the enemies in this game. I think the areas were a lot more interesting in the first set of Dot Hat games, but I think the enemies are cooler in this one. Though I miss the data bugs. This kind of has its equivalent of data bugs, but that was just a really classic effect where the data bug. Let me find an image of what I'm talking about. You youngins that don't know the dot hacks. I really love this series, if you couldn't tell, but let's see if we can find a data bug. Ah, here we go. Oh man, that's an emulator screenshot, I can already tell. Oh boy, what have you done? Why would you stretch out to 16 by 9? Why do people do this? But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Oops. Don't want to move that. Let me lock that. See, data bugs in Dot Hack are like these, like, they're enemies that are all glitched up. And they're invulnerable, and you can deplete their HP, but it never goes all the way down. It's what you gotta do is protect break, and then you can data drain them, which removes the bug, basically, and makes it so you can actually hurt them. They have these, like... Dot Hack really likes this green hexagon aesthetic. You'll see a lot of that. And Dot Hack had these... the first Dot Hack series had these damaged areas with these, like, glitchy text and stuff on the walls. And it was just this really cool aesthetic. I really love the whole general concept of Dot Hack. Oh, there's a skew. Mouse, please. Okay, there we go. This network issues remind me. I got this. Netgear sent me this Nighthawk router to review, and it's really nice. And one of the reason I wanted to try it out and stuff is because of the streaming stuff. And then Mediacom makes all the streaming stuff garbage anyway. It is a cool router though. I'll probably post. What are you doing? What are you doing? Somebody go ask him what he's doing. I'll probably post a review on my site at some point, or a video, but it's like, how do I test if it improves my streams if they're garbo? It's a pretty fancy router. I mean, it should be. It's like a $300 router. But it has like its own operating system, and you can manage your network devices. You can give devices like a threshold. You can be like, okay, if this device and this device are on, this thing is only allowed to use like 10% of the bandwidth. So like I can prevent, like say my Surface Pro is trying to download an update. I can make it so that that does not interrupt my streams and stuff like that. I mean, downloading an update wouldn't really mess with the upload too much anyway, but just an example. So like, if somebody's watching Netflix, you can either like prioritize the Netflix, or you can prioritize, the intent is to prioritize, you know, games. But you can use it for family management stuff too, so you like, you know, if you want to prioritize mom and dad's Netflix over Tiny Bab's Netflix. It's really cool. And you can see like a network map of all of your stuff that's connected. And manage all that stuff. I'll have some screenshots and stuff when I do a review, or I might do a video showing the stuff. But yeah, it's really fancy and cool. Hey, Grayson. I think that's pretty much it. Did I kick the God Chim or not? I must have, I guess.
It's the perfect chance to take the offensive.
Do I have Awakening full? Almost. I was just talking about how you, me, and Sun, we should bond over our garbage internet, because we are all having internet issues. Well, I don't know if you're still having them, but both of us are. Though it seems to leveled off since I went down to 2.5, which is garbo, but though it has been a little bit. I'm gonna do not panic, do not picnic if something goes bad, but I'm gonna try raising this up a bit. The bit rate. Are we bad? Are we good? I think the 8 PM terror has just relocated to 6. I don't know what that means. I don't know why that's a thing. But there's this brief period where I get garbo bitrate, and then it just kind of levels off, and it's fine now. I say that, and then like in 10 minutes it'll be crap again. But it seems to be okay now. Yeah, I dropped like 4,000 frames earlier. Which probably isn't really as much as it might sound like, because, you know, 60 frames a second. Which, by the way, I'm used to it now, but seeing this game in 60 frames per second was really a trip at first. Still do anything possible with the speed you guys have? But do I have said speed? Do I? Do I really? Like, if I consistently got the speed that I'm getting at this very second, I wouldn't really have anything to complain about at all, sure. I would even give 90% of my download to be able to keep my upload. Alright, hold on. I want to do some readings of the people. These little duders. I don't even know what to call them, but I love them. The netizens of the net slum. I've had enough light. Water. Give me water. Welcome to paradise. There's no cake or tea to greet you with, but there's plenty of light. Yes, light. Light all over you. This bastard is always bringing me ghosts behind my back. You know this too, right? The black, mute, and sticky bastard. Yes, the bastard's name is No, I can't say his name, because I fear him too much. Hey, can you get rid of this black thing behind me? I think I'll be able to run around for water if you could do that for me. Literally scared of his own shadow. I like that one. Are you awake right now? There's no need to pinch yourself. Our dream is really like reality. You, me, you looking at us, and you realizing that you are you. You exist. Yes, this is just like a dream. How about it? Can you prove that this isn't a dream? If reality, just like reality, doesn't prove that you're not dreaming. Besides, reality is merely waves of thought running through your mind. We're just asserting that this is reality after gathering a bunch of scrap together. Regardless of how cheap it is or how real it is, if you think it's real, it's real. If you decide on where you set your feet, there's no meaning to prove what's real. It is, isn't it? No one knows what real superiority is. I love the existential themes of Dot Hack. It's like, it's designed very much like shonen kind of stuff, though Sign it was kind of weird right from the gate. But I like how this game is kind of designed, or the Dot Hack GU series, it's kind of designed like a shonen like trap. It gets you with a lot of shonen tropes early on, and they just kind of taper off, and it gets you into the existentialist, brain-hurty stuff that Dot Hack is pretty much famous for, and the stuff that I love the most about Dot Hack. I'm right here at home in the net slum. Unfortunately, the shop NPCs don't really have too many brain explodey things. Lowest with Medicom based on the pics is still better than mine. Are you talking about upload or download though? Because like my download was never a problem, but the upload got as low as like less than 1 megabit. White smoke bug. I'm always white. Look carefully. You're white too. Mom and Dad are white, you know. The girl next to you is white. White smoke bug. I don't know. You don't know where it came, where it goes. I know nothing about. Nothing you can do because you don't know. Smile, dance, and spin. Clap your hands together. White smoke bug. Hey, white smoke bug. Is not knowing a bad thing? Not knowing is bliss. Fail a test. Fail a dream. Fail to love such a cutie. Knowing fails you in this world. White smoke bug. Knowing is a loss. Not knowing is the best. He's got a positive outlook on life. What are you doing? What are you doing? Cease. Cease the thing that you are doing. Are you in here? Get out of there. Get right there. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Do not. Do not. Please. Just come here. Sorry, Parker's being a pain in the butt. Oh boy. Like poor Gaspard. He operates the shop. He's your like guild shop dude, and I mean I don't feel too sorry for him because I mean look at him, but he's operating our guild shop in this place. There's no like real people. There's just these hacked PCs here, which are probably just AI. Like if these are people, something got lost a long time ago. I didn't lose. I didn't lose for sure. I never wanted to eat spoiled cabbage or sprouts. I never wanted to get shaken by spoiled thoughts. I fought. I fought for all the rights that concerned me. I didn't lose. I won and kept on winning. My friend lost. I kicked my friend and broke his nose. Rude. My mom and dad lost. I sent away both my mom and my dad. My loss came in my form. I hit myself and I knocked myself out. I have no enemies ahead or behind me. I have no enemies inside me either. I'm no one now. I can't do anything anymore. Hey, tell me something. Who am I? What am I? Tell me. I love these guys. Wait, did I talk to Skunk? I don't know. I don't know. White oh no, we talked to that guy. This guy's Smoke Bug. Wait, these guys are great. Wait, See, this is a PS2 game, so you can kind of turn around, and the NPC that you were just talking to is now in front of you. Flow, flow, and blown away. As the wind blows, as your will guides you, I flow away. What is it, young one? How dare you stop my flow? You have something important, I assume, huh? That's it, right? What? You have no business? You must be punished. A ton of punishment is needed. Don't give me that look. You don't understand what's going on? You don't understand how critical it is to change or stop someone's flow? Please stop. Don't answer. I have an idea of what you're thinking about. Need to go if you have no business. But remember this, you young rookie. Flow changes direction due to other flows. No one can avoid this. Farewell, young one. Till the day you understand this flow, I bid you farewell. Doran. Are you really awake right now? Oh, wait. No, we talked to this guy. You haven't done two, oh. Yeah, that's, I think, what my original, like, very beginner baby tier was way back when. For all of the complaints about Mediacom, they have done a good job of raising the actual available rate of stuff. It's just not consistently good. Why are they just... Why are you over here? They don't want to follow me into the creepy town with the little duders. Let's find the dog again. I want to talk to the dog. I love the music in this place too. The music, the aesthetic, the little duders. It's just all perfect. I'm surprised you never find skews. Oh, hey, Grayson. You didn't get to see this yet, but look in here. Hello, friend. You gotta love these old TVs too. There's just something about that static. Good stuff. Why can't we find the dog? Hold on, I'm gonna exit and re-enter and see if we can find the dog. Since it was originally a PS2 game, there's only so much memory you can have. So, there's only so many NPCs that can be together. Did you not see the thing I was trying to show you? Where's the dog? Wait, did we talk to Doran? Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about this. Hello, friend. You shouldn't be able to rewind. Wait, can you rewind? You actually shouldn't be able to for live, or for... Yeah, I don't think DVR is enabled. But yeah, I found this just the other day when I was here the first time. Yeah, ultra low latency doesn't let you rewind. But yeah, that's just kind of there. Hi, Kite. What am I doing? Oh wait, let me see if I can... There's gotta be a better gun in this game somewhere. The gun is actually for a class that, like... Naseo's class right now is Leet Hacks. Like, literally, it's not supposed to be in the game. It's... I mean, when I say in the game, I mean the world in this context. Like, it's obviously supposed to be in this game, .hackgu. But anyway, somebody hacked my PC and gave it this nifty dual gun skill. So dual guns are very rare because they're not really supposed to be in the game. So Azure Kite's just kind of hanging out with these guys. Hey, buddy. How you doing? You want some weird black tea? I love Azure Kite. I didn't think he would say anything. That's... Azure Kite is one creepy mother. If you send him what's the card that asks what his hobby is, he says he likes the word soccer. It's all in like scrambled text. Because Kite from the first game, he was a big soccer fan. Azure Kite is one creepy mother, and I love every bit of it. Hold on, barbecue plate. Let's go to level 150 area. Unfortunately, even the level 150 stuff isn't very hard. I need to go to the forest to paint at some point. That's like the major post-game thing to do, but I just wanted to level up a bit first. long cat is long. It kind of is a long cat. That's actually that's an enemy that looks not nearly that creepy when it is not in the context that it was just seen. Oh, hey, these singers. Let's see who's getting PK'd.
Unit leader Kaede, reporting for duty.
Nice art there. I'm not sure what that was referring to, but the art for this game in general is pretty good, yeah. I was gonna say a thing and I forget what it was. Oh, these things kinda hurt. So the actual danger of enemies have a set level, instead of being like scaled to the level of an area. Like an area level will try to spawn enemies within a certain range of its level. So you can find enemies that are actually fairly easy for a level or fairly hard. And I kind of wish they just had level scaling, like for the area level, not to your level. Because like you can end up finding enemies that are basically 5 levels below what they're supposed to be. And in this game, if something is 10 levels below you, it doesn't matter what level the absolute levels are. Like, you can basically kill, if you're level 100, you will kill a level 90 thing in like one hit. The level difference just kind of amplifies the damage you deal, like as a multiple instead of just absolute difference between the two values. So an enemy being 5 levels below what the area level is basically means they're a complete joke. I can't see Parker, please. Thank you. Please, Parker. Would you please just sit? Do you have it within you to sit? Thank you. Ow. Okay, this is actually a little dangerous. And Red Katie can heal. Tap, have you been invited to try new Reddit? What do you mean new Reddit? Is this like 4chan gold or something? After the initial features beta, I just got enjoyed it. Oh god. Everyone is dead. Hold on. Oh dang, I have a lot of these scrolls. So these scrolls like teach you spells and stuff. Well, one really cool thing about this game is that you can basically anyone can learn a basic set of skills of spells. So like you can teach like a, you know, double-handed swordsman. You can teach them how to revive people with magic and stuff. I don't need to waste that on this. So you can give everybody a basic set of utility spells. They won't be as strong or have the best spells like actual mages will, but it can be really useful for everybody to have some level of spellage. It's Reddit redesign. Huh. What does it do? But no, I haven't heard of that. I'm in like the chat thingy. Actually, I'm not sure if that is even in beta anymore. Yes. Yes, hello. I see. Thank you for your input. I don't actually use Reddit a whole ton other than the Abyss Room one, and I've been using the Disgaea and Makai Wars once because I've been playing Makai Wars and translating that. Which, by the way, if anybody watching this happens to play Makai Wars and doesn't know that I make the guide, I have an English guide so you can figure out how to play and stuff there. Oh, there it is. No. Please. It'd probably be easier on foot, but I'm lazy. There we go. Like, I just tried it. It's so ugly. That doesn't surprise me. Reddit's never really been known for its aesthetic niceness. Wait, oh. So every area has a Mecha Grunty, at least until you save him 50 times. After you save Mecha Grunty 50 times, he gives you an item. Also, the Mecha Grunty quest is significantly easier in this, the remaster. One of the things the remaster did was increase the storage of, like, almost everything. In the original game, you could only store 99 chim, and Mecha Grunty eventually starts requiring 50 chim. So you would have to fully refill your chim after just doing, like, 1.5 Mecha Grunty runs. And it became a pretty annoying grind. But it's like no problem now, because you can just get to 999 chim very easily. I think that's part of why the God Chim was introduced in this, because like God Chim will get you to 99 chim in like one attempt. But now he's almost not necessary. He's still useful for the affection boost though. Also, an interesting thing about the series, the volumes came out fairly quickly. But they also seem to really address player feedback. Because like a lot of the stuff that was annoying in the very first game, the second volume fixes, and then the third volume has a few interesting change-ups as well. So like there's actual gameplay improvements and changes, not just like new areas and new weapons and stuff. Like there's gameplay systems and stuff that are changed between them as well. It's obviously not a difference between like Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX, right? But like, there's nice little updates. Like, what's different in the new Reddit thing? Like, what was the purpose of it? So one of the reasons it is actually nice in this game to fight an enemy that's kind of too hard for you, like these are, like they're not too hard, but they take a lot to kill. And that makes it a lot easier to do multiple awakening skills in like 1 or 2 fights. Because if you need to grind awakenings and you're killing enemies in like 1 hit, it takes forever. Like you have to do some alternate methods to grind basically. I'm sorry, my desk is creaky. Oh, Armor Break is my level 3 skill. Okay. Woo woo! Woo woo! Moo. I'm sorry, I'm communicating with him.
I'll crush you.
I'm not sure if you can hear him, but he was mewing back at me. I'm not crazy. Oh my god, they're already dead. Actually, I should probably just abandon ship. Hold on. Oh, right, I gotta wait for my bar to refill. Hey, Steeler. Also, I didn't notice until halfway through the second volume that this game had a memory cursor option, which is so useful for using certain items. So, that was dumb of me. Let's go get the item thing. I have the quietest bike ever. Also, I kind of miss, in this game, the beast statues just kind of like teleport out of existence. They used to like crumble and die when you took the treasure. It was a neat aesthetic choice. If you're interested in .hack at all, I really recommend starting with, if you're okay with being a little confused and the payoff taking a while. I mean, it's good. Like, I'm not saying the beginning is boring, but it's confusing. .hack Sign, the anime, is one of the best places to start. There's also manga and some light novels that might be a bit easier to consume and a little bit less confusing. But .hack.gu is also a good place to start if you just like want to get into a game firsthand and you have a PS4, or I think it's on PC too. And you just want to hop into that, it's totally fine to just do that. But yeah, I think the best way to do, who do I want? Endurance, definitely. Endurance has a thing that lets me use that awakening more often. Stick along Alcade for no reason. New Reddit is very Web 2.0. But we're like 15 years beyond Web 2.0. But never mind. Reddit was always 15 years behind everything, so that makes perfect sense, actually. Bookmark. Force of Pain. This is like the ultimate, like, post-game dungeon in this thing. World of Sin, Ranhati. I have no idea if my items are like... Oh no, I have too much crap. Master's Book. Let me just use up some of these things and I should pretty much... Resurrect Scroll. You have Nip Main? Oh, everybody has Rip Main. Okay, types of stamina. Obviously the setup items go to the protagonist. I don't tend to like the, you know, overpowered protagonist kind of trope thing, but when you only have direct control over the protagonist, I kind of gotta favor the protagonist in that case. When you click on a post, it pops up in a separate window. What? What? That can't be right. Grayson, you should wait until Reddit Enhancement Suite has fixed all of the dumb stuff that new Reddit does. Because that's what I did for regular Reddit. Regular Reddit is kind of dumb already, and Reddit Enhancement Suite fixes it a lot. Oh, it's like a popover kind of thing? I hate those. I don't think anybody's doing well on the Valentine's event. That's kind of the point of the event, unfortunately. Ugh. I should probably store some crap instead. Let me... Alright, I can access storage from here. So yeah, Force Pain, you can't remove items from storage, but you can store them, which is a nice... Like, it's supposed to be, you know, giga hard ulcer dungeon, so that's why you can't take stuff out, but... Yeah, don't need these. That hack also really loves, like, hymns and so on. Yeah, I've got plenty of room for those. Should be good. Wait, what? Oh, right, I gotta use this thing. Also, apparently, Dot Hack Roots is like an anime prequel to this thing that I've still never watched. I don't think I have Roots either. I bought Dot Hack Trilogy and forgot to watch it. But I never got Roots. I need to catch up on some stuff.
My philosophy is to go full strength.
I like Alcade personality-wise, but I don't like her voice actress. She talks like a 14-year-old male bully boy, like, yeah, I'm a tough boy. Okay, that's not what she sounds like. I can't do the voice myself. She kind of sounds like that fat kid on Futurama, actually. That bratty kid, I don't remember what his name is. The clone of Professor What's-His-Butt. It's been a long time since I watched Futurama, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Cubert. Zoned Fireball? What is this? I have so much crap all knowing. Oh. Alright, so this is the customized menu. You can kinda... Ship speed attacked. Oh yeah, that's the thing that increases the Rengeki, which is what I really want. But, you can be like, okay, I want an elemental weapon, or like I want. Oh, this is a really cool thing. The lodestone lets you every element, or you'll hit every enemy with an elemental critical. It doesn't matter what their weakness is. You'll always hit it with an element. And the crystal skull is kind of the same thing, but for weapon type. It lets your weapon act as whatever weapon the enemy is weak to. So let me see if I have. I'm still using the equipment for the end of the last game. Embarrassing as it is, but it's still so good. So what I really want is the super good quick Rengeki. I don't think I have that. Yeah, that'll be good enough. Voodoo. Oh yeah, Curse just drains SP, so I guess I want that. See that equip. See, Hidden Shadow is the thing you get from the Doppelganger, and it's so good. So regular attacks have the target's HP, which this usually doesn't activate. I think this only works for like human opponents. You absorb 25% of damage as SP, which lets you cast so many more skills. And it adds Charm, which is a really strong status effect. But I want to use this thing. I mean, it is about 10, or no, just like, what is that, 8 stat points weaker. But yeah, I do need to use some quick Rengeki stuff because I need so many virus cores right now. Well, not so many, but I want to be done with it. You heard of Typo Revised? Yeah, I've seen Typo Man. I haven't played it myself yet. But, what's the revised version do different? Like, aesthetically, I think it looks really cool. I'm just super behind on, like, basically everything. My stream of myself is frozen. Let me refresh.
This situation is to our advantage.
See you, Sam. I wonder. So I've been hearing rumor, or people have posted on the Reddit. Oh, I'm on there. Wait, let me see if I can see that. So some people have been saying that they stream and they don't show up in the YouTube gaming list for a stream or a game. No, shut up, me. I was just testing to see if that was true. But yeah, it looks like I'm listed. Like, some people thought that we're shadow banned, and I think it's just YouTube being dumb. I don't think it's anything malicious. Because, like, YouTube being dumb is, you know, not unusual by any means. Anyway. Like, YouTube has some kind of, like, they derive some manner of carnal pleasure from not giving people notifications. I don't understand it, but they're like, oh, you want to follow this guy. That obviously means that you don't want notifications, right? It's like, why would you want notifications for somebody that you follow? That'd be ridiculous, right? Right? Rise just added the name when they ported off the Wii U. This remote controls to deal with the lack of touchscreen. Oh, alright. It's just the multi-platform version then, alright. Yeah, I saw that and I thought about asking for a review copy way back when it was on Wii U, but I never ended up. I was like, I'm too busy. And like a year later, how long has it been? Quite some time later, I'm still too busy. I did manage to get through most of my email. I went through all of my emails except for the stuff that was like over a month old, and it's like, oh no, I don't want to not respond to these, but responding to these would be really awkward. But I do need to respond to these, but, and then I just don't reply. I'll get to them soon. It's my goal to finish those out by the end of the week. I've been trying to, like, you know, do good things for Tap lately. I've been trying to cut out snacks, so I bought a bunch of V8 and rice cakes. The most exciting foods ever. I actually don't mind eating either of them, but trying to cut out snacks and drinking pop and stuff. I've been drinking coffee, which I plan to cut out on the caffeine period. And also trying to cut out on melatonin. Probably too many things at once, but I've been pretty successful. It's been going on, I think I'm at almost 2 weeks at this point. And usually when I would try something like this, I would usually, if it lasted even a week, that was exceptional in most cases. But so I think I'm doing all right so far. But yeah, I'm a pretty stressy person in general, so I've been trying to, you know, unstress on things, but I'm still scared of my own email inbox. My Steam icon above this. Hello, yes! Yes! Yeah, I know it's for Switch too. I have pretty much everything, so I can... If it's on anything that isn't Xbox One, I can probably play it. Or iOS. Those are the only two things I don't have, and I have no interest in getting iOS because I can't really record directly from that anyway. At least not like in a high quality way, so like, not much point in me having it. I might get an Xbox One at some point because I have a copy. I only paid like $12 for it, but I have a copy of Sunset Overdrive, and I really do want to play that, but I just haven't found anything else. I do want to play Master Chief Collection, but other than that, I actually got Master Chief Collection but sold it because it was on like Black Friday sale, and I could get more money trading it in than I paid, so I did that right away. Unfortunately, there's two kinds of each weapon in this game. There's like hold to charge, like there's a hold attack, and there's like a mash tapping attack. And the mashing ones have like, they're like chain swords and stuff, and they look really cool, but they're more annoying to use. I like the just hold to attack ones. And this broadsword happens to unfortunately be the chainsword one, which looks cool. They have like animated spinning blade things, which might not seem too fancy these days for you kiddies, but it's had some pretty cool stuff considering, you know, not even like the highest budget and PS2. It's pretty cool stuff. Though this was a pretty late PS2 game. It didn't really have anything on God of War 2, of course, but that's not really a fair fight. One room in God of War 2 probably had as much budget as like a whole volume of this game. Yes, these enemies are a little bit weak right now. Stuck on chapter 1. Is it like one of those masochistic platformers, or I'm not a big fan of those. A lot of those hit my inbox. People are like, "Are you ready to die?" And I'm like, nah. Nah. Oh boy. Also, these guillotines will hurt you, by the way. Most of them, like some of them are just background ones. Yeah. Vigor crystal. What does that do? I really like the customization system in this game, but sometimes there's kind of too many things. Vigor crystal. Oh, HP regen. It's not a big deal. Like there be a lot of items. Sorry I timed you out. I was kind of in a bad mood for that sort of stuff. I try not to swear too much in this, but like when I see a new person and their first reaction is like to tell me to do a thing, that is usually not a good sign. It's like usually it'll be like somebody that pops in is like, "No, play different game. I don't want this game." It's like, I'm sorry, but I'm streaming. I can't really change game. I don't think a lot of people realize streaming is like a fairly dedicated thing. Like I gotta make sure Mediacom is not murdering my bitrate, which they do very frequently. I gotta watch my audio levels. I gotta, you gotta juggle the chat. I gotta actually play the game to some degree. It's just, there's a lot of moving parts. Reviews are mixed. I gotta see this Reddit thing that everyone, like, what? Reddit new layout. I didn't even hear that there was like a new thing. I hate this new layout. Help. Reverts. What? The new layout is 100% track. No one has images of this. There's just people complaining. There's just people complaining that they don't like it, but there's no images of what it is. I have no idea what they're talking about. Oh, you posted screenshots of Discord? Alright, let me take a look. Oh. Sidebar madness. That kind of just looks the same, but with sidebars, honestly. And the arrows are bigger, which they kind of deserve to be. It's kind of ridiculous how small a lot of the UI elements are on stuff. I can't words today. On regular Reddit. It's the puzzles that trip you up. I don't tend to be big on games with puzzles. Usually if a game has puzzles, I have to play it before doing a video. Because I'll get like stuck on a puzzle that absolutely everyone in the universe gets stuck on for like 3 days. And someone will be like, how dare you get stuck on that puzzle for 3 minutes? I, being a master gamer, got through that puzzle in 3 picoseconds. That's right, I beat that level faster than light can travel between one anal hair of a mosquito. Oop. I usually, honestly, just ban people that that post stuff like that. So be warned. If you leave a garbage comment, it may be your last comment on my channel. Like, be nice. If you're gonna be critical, you gotta be nice. Like, I'm okay with people be. You can be critical, or you can be a little bit crude, but you can never be both. That's my policy in most things that I moderate. Like, if you're going against the flow, that's alright. If you're getting a little bit heated, that's probably alright. If you're getting heated and against the flow, you're just gonna cause problems, and bye, in most cases. Because that's a pretty strong case. Like, that's a pretty strong indication that somebody's either just deliberately trying to cause trouble, or they're just going to be more trouble than they're worth. Also, Unrent has the wrong voice clip when he says Olrepth, and I regret teaching him that skill so bad. Because that's not what his voice is supposed to sound like. Like, I don't know if it was the same voice actor and he, like, forgot which character he was doing, or, like, if it's a different character's voice file. But it's not what he's supposed to sound like. He's supposed to be like, yes, I'm a girly boy, yes. And, you know, all salacious and stuff. Like that. But yeah, that Olrepth is definitely not him. Tap the help button in the gamepad screen and it'll literally tell you what to do. Oh, really? Huh. I almost like when puzzles are like that. What game was it? There's a game where, like... Wait, what am I thinking of? There's this game where you get, like, bonuses for not using the tutorial things, but, like, you can just use hints to get past all of the stuff. And, I mean, that's a fairly common... I thought I turned that off. Shut up, TweetDeck. Hold up, hold up. Preferences sound off. I don't even have TweetDeck open. Train of thought ruined. I completely forget what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I really like when games let you skip puzzles, but like give you a little bit of a punishment. See, that is not Endrance. I wish I could unteach that skill from him. Maybe I can teach him regular Repth. Yeah, I like when things let you skip puzzles, but you get a little bit of an extra bonus. Or even if you don't get an extra bonus, honestly. Like, completing the puzzle without, you know, skipping it, that's your bonus, right? Let people who enjoy puzzles do the puzzles. Let people who don't. I mean, it depends on what kind of game it is and stuff, but, what was it? Shadows of Darkness, Quest for Glory 4, I think it was, had this really neat system where, like, you could set the difficulty of the puzzles, and if you failed certain puzzles enough times, the game would just have mercy on you and be like, hey, you somehow figured it out. Good for you. Like, it would literally just tell you, somehow through fumbling through the various switches, you managed to work it out. Alright, I forgot about the phase bonus things. You get little extra bonuses in this dungeon if you fulfill certain conditions, and I completely zoned out and forgot about it.
Okay, tough guys,
Oh.
bring it on.
Sudden boss fight, okay. See, I think there's a boss fight every 5 or 4 levels or something too. I think this is like a 100 level dungeon or, you know, one of those kind of deals.
Tiger strike.
Yeah, I appreciate that when a game, like, you know, it has puzzles and it tries to make them hard, but not too hard, and if you can't do it, if you can't do the puzzle and it's not really a puzzle-focused game, it's just like, yeah, you know what, you've wasted enough time on this, I'll just let you get past and go back to, you know, punching orcs in the junk or whatever.
Tiger strike.
Night mode doesn't work? Oh, in the new Reddit thing? Yeah, they probably just don't have the CSS for it yet. There's no admins, there's only mods. Well, I mean, I'm an admin if you consider it that, but I'm not a YouTube administrator, so I wouldn't even call myself that. But yeah. Regulars who have demonstrated good judgment and stuff may end up as mods to help me keep, you know, ban the dumb people, unban the not dumb people. Unbans do not happen often. But I'm not sure I've ever unbanned somebody on YouTube, except for like a completely by accident kind of thing. Yeah, mods can't make more mods. But yeah, you don't get to be a mod for like donating on Patreon or anything. I don't. Somebody asked if that's how people got on mods. I hope that's not like a thing that people do, because like that would be that would be a very bad idea. Oh right, once you clear 5 levels, you can go straight back to the level. So it's not like the Pit of 100 Trials. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back to town and see if I can teach him regular Repth, which hopefully he uses regular voice for, because this is like bugging the crap out of me. Pay for mod is kind of common with streamers. I'm sorry, but that is gross, and that is a very bad idea. That's like, oh, you gave me a Coke, so here's the keys to my car. Try not to, you know, run over anybody, but, you know, if you do, you know, whatever, you know. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. You become a moderator by trust, not the sweet muns. You do get a role in my Discord, though. You get a fancy orange name. Well, it's not orange, it's coral. The new fancy thingarino. The new patron color. Oh, here's the dog. I love the dog. Look at this. He's like bags sewn together. Like, he's almost as creepy as Azure Kite. I love this thing. Like, what is under the cloth? Like, you would probably have nightmares for eternity if you saw. Or maybe he's just a dog with a TV for a head. Who knows? Yeah, what a good boy. Yeah, the dog is very good. Like, I imagine there would be a smell to him that would be mysterious and unpleasant. And even though it is a game and you're, you know, just using a VR headset that has no method of transmitting smells, you could still smell the dog. There's an irony smell to it. Alright, so now that I'm done grossing everybody out, let's go buy... probably need to manage some items, unfortunately. Let's go... Unfortunately, I think I might have to go here, but I need to give regular Repth to that one guy. I'll probably sell my car for a sufficient quantity of Coke Zero. knockoff Aldi brand diet soda. Getting off pop has been easier than I thought it was. Cause like, I think I just needed something to drink to replace it. Like I would like wake up late. Like I would be like, all right, I'm gonna stop drinking pop. And I'm just gonna go cold turkey. Just like, nah, not even pop. Cause I don't have pop at home. I never drink pop at home. I never even have it here. And it's not really a big deal. But then I would go to work and be like, it's Monday. I only got like 6 hours of sleep. It's dragon. It's morning. I hate mornings in general. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to get, I'll get a pop here. And then, back on the wagon, so to speak. If I talk to random people, it's because of that stupid side quest thing. It has burned itself into my mind. Some people it's more of a taste texture thing. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just felt the need of that like burst of energy in the morning. And I would normally like you would think coffee, but coffee I need very delicate amounts of coffee. If I drink too much coffee, it's just liquid anxiety. It doesn't really give me any kind of energy. And I think the sugar of the pop helps, but I've replaced it with V8 and it's just been completely fine. So, and I doubt I kind of get enough vegetables anyway, or I'm not sure that I do. I certainly don't make a concerted effort to do so. So that makes that easier as well. Wait, what? Parker, would you not do that, please? I'm gonna move that bag. Do not do. Do not, please. Please. I figured like one chim data was like one chim, which I guess, well, I guess it kind of is, but I figured like the god chim would count for like 1 billion regular chims, but no, because it gives you like a few hundred chim spheres, but no, it doesn't count quite like that. To stop all those things at once, was that a New Year's thing, Tap? No, actually, I don't know if I've ever done like a New Year's Eve or like a New Year whatever, gonna do the thing kind of deal. I don't even know why I got the idea. I think I just saw V8. I'm pretty sure I just actually saw V8, or maybe it was the rice cakes in the grocery store, and I was like, you know what? I don't think that stuff tastes that bad. Why don't I just do this? And then I did, and it just kind of worked. I don't understand the appeal of the face reveal stuff. It's not very likely. The funny thing is, a long time ago, I actually had videos with my face on the channel. They're all gone now, and I talked about stuff. I'd had like vlog things when I was in college, and it was never like a big deal, and like no one cared. And now everyone's like, face reveal, face reveal. And I'm just like, eh. Please tell me that when he uses rep, he has his normal voice. Because it skeeves me out. Can I make him use it? Ah. I mean, like, maybe there's some creepy stalker from almost literally 10 years ago that has images of videos with my face. But, yeah. What am I looking for here? Alright, so one of the interesting things in this game is there's a bunch of these 5-star items, like 5-star rarity, that are... in order to complete the one, like the books that give you like not 100% completions, but pretty close, you kind of need to get all of these, and some of them are pretty annoying to find. A lot of them, like about 5 of them per volume, are in these guild shops, and I always forget to look at them. try to force myself. As far as the internet is concerned, it's a spike ball and I'm a sun. Yeah, let me do, you know what? I've been convinced. I'm gonna do a face reveal right now on stream. You ready for this? Bam! Do you like my webcam? I got a green screen. It doesn't remove the shadow though. I'm a cartoon, so like ignore the fact that my mouth doesn't move. It's expensive, all right. All right, wait. Why do I have this? I don't need that. Ooh, that is a good item. See, what I need to kind of do is improve my scythe level. So that is actually very good to have. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, that was a simple super belt. That was increased mastery. Oh, an unfortunate thing is I think there's also another item that I want. Send match. Whoa, no encounter. Oh man, I love when games have no encounter. I forgot about that. That's a good item. Reduces skill trigger recharge time. That actually might be more important. I guess I don't need this after all. Wait, do we have enough fire scores? Not quite. Alright, so... I've been watching way too many steamed hams videos. I can almost taste the steamed hams. I did not wear mismatched socks. I did a video a long time ago where I was wearing sweatpants and the sweatpants were over like one of my feet and the other one was exposing my sock, and people thought I was wearing mismatched socks. I barely even have any socks. They're different colors. Some plain old white socks. The tap tap in my avatar is a tap tap. They're from Yoshi's Island. And there's these chill, nearly invulnerable little spiky dudes that just chill out. 10 skill triggers. That's gonna be easy. Every time I watch a burger video, watch out for the sock sin. There was never an original sock sin. My soul is clean. This is from when QTEs were prime content. There was nothing wrong with a little QTE. And these are very forgivable quick time events. So one frustrating thing about the guns is that you can get a little bit extra damage by doing a quick trick. What do they call it? A double trigger, which switches you back to the guns. But if you want to stay not using the guns, it's like you gotta intentionally be like, nope, gotta not do that. It's like the Parker fluff on the floor. I'm sorry, but you try having a cat this fluffy and not have fluff in the corners. Like, it doesn't matter how often you vacuum, there will be fluff. And I'm pretty sure cats shed like their entire body weight in hair like within a month. There's just gonna be fluff. Like, it's just fluff. It's not like body parts or like, you know. Wait, Strange Head? These are like super weak. What is this guy doing here? I mean, I guess we're not very far in this area yet, but... High quality enemy voices. Oh, by the way, when I'm afraid so many people might have gotten like a bad first impression of .hack.GU. Like the voice acting in the very first segment of the first game is awkward, but like it gets so much better over the series and like even just later in that very same game. And I say this with one of the worst people to have. She is small. Why are you so small? I like the idea of Alcade very much, but her English voice actress is not. It sounds like an adult woman doing the voice for like a teenage like male. Like Bart Simpson's voice actor is an actress, because you know. Puberty means getting an actual young boy to do a young boy's voice is not a good idea in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah. Yeah, these enemies are like trash.
I'll crush you.
I think these enemies are actually easier than the ones that we were just fighting. Oh wait, no, this is a different thing than what I was thinking of. I think it's still pretty easy though. See, Endurance has a thing. Oh, I did it on the wrong enemy. Endurance has a sword that has a really high Rengeki proc rate. The enemy voice acting is not the best, though. So think about that YouTube comment. What YouTube comment? Oh, how dare you. I hate these things because they can call for help. Hey, Panda. About how selling art makes it pop. Oh yeah, that was ridiculous. So somebody was posting some extreme bad takes, like YouTube comments that are bad takes that they got on their channel and posted them on Twitter. They were real bad. And I don't even want to get into it. It was just real dumb. What is this game about? That is a very long answer that involves existentialism and anime and video games. That is a very complicated series. Basically, it's this. There's an MMO, and there's all these people that play this MMO, and some of them end up in comas and stuff. And then there's vagrant AIs and life crises, and people die and things, and it's great. It's very hard to describe well, but trust me, it's an amazing series. Code Lyco. No.
I won't lose.
Yeah, Dot Hack is a really great series. I would start with Dot Hack Sign. It's not super short, but it's kind of the intro to everything. It'll leave you some stuff your brain needs to stew on for a while. Well, it's not like that. I'm sorry, but Gordon Freeman, even Gordon Freeman will not get me to buy Final Fantasy 15. There's also, if you like anime or manga or video games, Dot Hack has you covered in every way. It has, it's a multimedia project, and all this stuff is different. Like, it's not like an anime adaptation of the game. Like, there's a couple, like, there's a light novel partial. Like, there's a manga version of this series, like an abridged version. Like, not that kind of abridged, but, like a shorter retelling. It's like a dramatic manga, and that's pretty good, actually. I'm not sure I'd recommend starting with the manga of that, but, if you prefer like a quick manga to get into something rather than like, you know, a game that'll take about probably 80 hours to go through everything, maybe check it out.
How unlucky for you to have met me.
Erect event. I have no idea what that is supposed to mean. Send my dot hack. Oh, you need to correct this. I'm glad Kite and stuff are in Project Cross Zone. I should probably get that at some point. Once I have the time to actually play that, which will be never. But yeah, dot hack last Recode is actually a pretty good starting point for dot hack. It does do a lot of callbacks to the first PS2 game series, but not like, it's not the hugest deal. I would say you could start with this game. Hey, Ian. Yeah, that meme is pretty well dead. The way meme that was dead like well over a month ago. Honestly, I'm surprised it still pops up. We like steamed hams around here. There's this minimalist steamed hams video, and it's just fantastic. This is .hack GU last Recode. This is the 3rd volume, which should be the title of the video and everything, but yeah. Oh wait, I wanted to check, is his voice correct? Why is his voice like that? That is not what he sounds like. I don't understand. So you can teach everybody any skill, or any skill that has like a scroll to teach you. So every character could technically use rep, and I wonder if they just didn't have a voice clip for entrance, like they didn't think you'd teach it to him. I don't know. The steamed hams meme is just so beautiful and surprisingly wholesome, and like they just like there's one where Skinner actually makes steamed clams. It's like, no, steamed clams.
My philosophy is to go full strength.
Alright, I need to level up my oh, dang it. Look at those 50s bras. Why was the cone bra ever a thing? Like, it is appalling. I need to level up my scythe a little bit here. The Coach and Nick edit is really good. Coach, you've got New Orleans behind that door, all trapped in one room. Yeah. Can I see? Shit, nah. That was amazing. But yeah, they made a Coach and Nick from Left 4 Dead 2 version. And it's all from real clips, or like voice clips from them, and it's, you know, pretty standard Gmod, or I guess not Gmod, but Source Filmmaker style Gmod. I still like the classic Gmod style of animation though. You had to work for those animations, buddy.
I'll crush you. Heavenly wheels.
Rip.
We won.
Alright, so now I can do one more lost weapon. Just a couple more. By the end of this is a pretty big dungeon, so by the very end I should have plenty of whatever. Oh right, I can just use my fairy orb to get out here quicker. There we go. Fairy's orb just lets you see the map and stuff. You are unsettlingly small. Why are you small? Explain to me. Explain. Tell me your secrets. Right, this is one of those games where you can run in super slow motion by using, like, moving the analog at just the right spot. I love it. Like, let's get this goodness on camera. Yes. How do you do, fellow humans? I too like to run. Seriously, why are the enemies in the second block easier than the first block?
Heavenly wheel.
I should get my last level. Well, not the last level, but I should unlock that third level art or whatever the hell it's called. There's some names in this game that make no sense. Like, they call it a third level art, but there's no second level arts. There's just third level arts and not third level arts. Like, I think it's third level because it's a new feature for the third game, but like, what is the third level? So we had some Mexican food, and this is the most refritos I've ever seen. What is a refrito? Yeah, we like to keep the chat pretty light on the memes. A steamed ham on occasion can be a delightful luncheon, but beyond that. Honestly, internet culture's maybe pretty sour on memes in general in the past couple of years. I'm honestly surprised steamed hams has been so pure and good. It's a meme that we don't deserve in this crap sack world. The fried beans and Doritos. Light on memes, heavy on good friends. Yes, that good old content. Refritos is just the Spanish word for refried beans. Oh. I never like when stuff, like, I think it's like an actual, like, cultural thing, like, to kind of stretch meat with, you know, refried beans and some potato, because, you know, you can get that savory and the satisfyingness, because I can't say satiation. With, you know, less expensive stuff, but I just go straight for the full meat experience, which sounds like a porno. The full meat experience featuring Edge Gamer. I'm porn. I think you meant to say I'm torn, but that also. Edge Gamer. That was saying porn was that. I've done that too. When you hear a thing and you just type that thing, or you're thinking about a different thing that you're typing. Can't eat your body weight in beans? Sounds like Quitter talk to me. You can eat your body weight in beans if you try hard and believe in yourself. Yeah, I tend to prefer stuff light on the beans and potato. At least in terms of, like, Mexican stuff. Like, potato in potato dishes is fine. But... my grammar is rising from her grave already. Hey, why? Perform 10 skill triggers. You get garbage rewards for these things, but might as well do them, I guess. It's just like healing items. I was wondering if it would be like an exclusive item or something. But, oh, that's the same kind of enemy the last boss was. Oh, that's actually the exact same. Oh, come on, guys. I know you gotta stretch the dungeon out a little bit, but come on. See, this is why they need like a level scaling system, so they could reuse like a different boss at least with new stats, so there could at least be a little bit of variety instead of just actually the same guy. It does get harder after this, but yeah. skill level? Do I have... Oh. This scythe is still taking a while. Alright, do I have another one of those things? Oh, no, I used the last one. There's items to raise your skill level, and I accidentally used one without equipping the right weapon. No, leveling up weapons in this game is one of those. Hello. Hello. One of those things where, like, I'm not entirely sure what causes it. Like, using the weapon obviously makes it level up, but like I don't know if using the skills more uses it, or like fighting stronger enemies with it, or I don't know. I just tend to use it and wait for it to level up and not worry about it. Noisy boy. Don't need that. Aspect. Heck of a name. There's no smoke. There's just steam from the steamed clams. Yes. I like these weird armored seahorse things. There's some pretty out there enemy designs in this. Steam clams. I'm sorry, sometimes I can't resist the urge to talk back to him. Because if you reply to him, he will pretty much always respond again. You're a noisy boy! You're a noisy boy. Only 2 steamed hams disappoints me. San Andreas. Oh, the San Andreas one is the only one I've seen that's genuinely bad. Like, that was, like, not even really trying very much. I didn't see the Silent Hill one, but I guess I'll just avoid it. I'm gonna watch the steamed ham because I don't know what you're talking about. Just search steamed ham's butt on YouTube, and you will find hours of entertainment. The Fallout one? I don't think I watched the Fallout one either. Oh, give me back my arm. I need that. I need... Ow. Please. Give. Thank you. It's very dangerous to touch the belly. The belly is a very sacred location for a cat. I hope you can hear his gurgles and stuff. And you don't think I'm just like making weird cat noises to myself. I promise there's a cat and he is making the cat noises initially. Oh, come on. These things have like crazy good eyes. He saw I was doing fights on the computer and he wants to do fights as well. Oh, frick.
This pose is no problem.
No, I want to do the first strike. I think these things have like eyes in the back of their heads. Oh, they definitely have eyes in the front of their heads. Oh, come on.
You're open.
There we go. Right. There's also a steamed hams. Hey now you're an all-star, whatever thing, the Shrek song. Like auto-tune to that. It's not really the best auto-tuning, which the guy admitted in his description, but he said he thought the meme was almost over, which it wasn't. It's still happening, which is great. I like how those seahorses have like this weird fleshy core thing that you gotta break open and get into. You can't tell me that is anything but the Shrek song. Like, even before the memes, that was just the Shrek song, as far as most people were concerned. Is it a Ben Stiller movie? Huh.
My philosophy is to go full strength.
Wait, I'm just really wait. Fat Lancer. These are also weak enemies. What the? So when I first got in here, into the Forest of Pain, the first area's enemies were pretty tough, and all of these enemies have been way weaker than the ones in the start. I don't remember it being quite like this. I'm glad this dungeon has tons of chims, because I'm way behind on that chim quest. I think I've heard of the music video for that thing.
You're open.
I just can't hear it and not think of Shrek or memes, or usually both, because of, well, all of the memes of the Shrek area. I've never even seen Shrek. I know that's like impossible, but yes. I have not seen most movies. I've never really been a big fan of movies. I can't just sit still and not do things for like an hour. Like I just movies are longer than an hour, but yeah.
Come on, there's gotta be someone better.
Remember the 90s? It was a good show. Somehow kicking giant mushrooms in a video game doesn't seem like the best idea. I would expect like brain spores that screw up your controls. Worst feature of anything ever. I hate that crap in one of the worst, like, reversing people's controls in video games is like always annoying. But Earthbound somehow makes it super crazy bad because it doesn't reverse your controls, it randomly reassigns which button goes in which direction every like 30 seconds. So like you're trying to go back to town and you're like, okay, up is left, I'm going this way, and then all of a sudden it changes again and it's like, oh my god. And there's no way to heal it other than you have to go back to town. I think like maybe like Psy healing, you know, Sigma or something will heal it, but you won't have that at the time in the game where you'll actually get mushroomized. I miss the 90s, but I don't miss the bullshit. Honestly, the 90s bullshit was in many ways much less awful than the 2008s, or the 2008s, the 2016 onwards bullshit.
You're open.
Alt 90s where Earthbound is a critical success. That would have been great. I mean, if you see the contemporary reviews for Earthbound, they're god awful. Like, it's every parody of the 90s being like, edgy and cool. We don't like lame video games. Like, all of that is not parody. That is like exact plain truth. That is exactly how everything was, and it was terrible.
This is a piece of cake.
Think about the 90s that didn't have any civil rights back then. I mean, there's people trying to take those rights back, so I mean, it's still not that different. There's been some progress made, at least. I missed the 90s solo cup design. I think they still make those, but yes, those were very good cups. There's a custom PS3 that has that cup design, by the way. It's beautiful. Let me search for this. I want this. I genuinely I need this. This fucking aesthetic level 9,999. Look at this. You can't tell me you don't want that. Amazing. Beautiful. If you're not a 90s kid, there's these cups. They have this pattern on them. And it's just something about it. It's just perfection. Anyway. Why is this here? Because we were talking about it. Spyro is good forever. Spyro is still good forever if you only play the PS2 games, or the PS1 games. The PS2 game, at least the first one was good. Remember old school? I never got one of those laser backgrounds. I wasn't an 80s kid. I guess it was more of an 80s thing. But yeah, the whole marriage equality thing is like the one thing that has actually happened that like as a kid I thought like so much dumb bullshit in society would like stop happening. That was the only dumb bullshit that stopped happening. There's so much other dumb bullshit that still happens, but I mean it's take what you can get at some extent, but like we still have an idiot dumbass president, like an even more of an idiot dumbass president than we've ever had, that thinks video games make kids shoot schools and like Christ, like what year is it again? Like 1834? Okay. Oh my god, this thing has a ridiculous eye range. I just want the sneak attack. I get extra points for that stupid book thing. That's why I'm trying for the things. Laser backgrounds are still in the 90s, so I think they probably were. I'm not sure I ever had one though. I still thought Penny Arcade did the video games made big more than 8 years ago. Yeah, the vid game. I can't believe there's still people like, oh my god, people they play that Mario game and they buy 18 AR-15s and shoot thousands of children every year because Mario told them to. And Sonic tells them to eat babies because he's a Satanist that plays Pokemon. Like, Jesus Christ. Well, how does this still happen? How are people still this stupid? How do they not, like, choke to death on thin air? How? I demand an explanation. It's just... ugh. Crash Bandicoot is the reason I'm a bad driver. Oh, damn it. Why? Why does it have such good range? I think it's considered airborne or something, and airborne enemies have good visual range. No, Skylanders is not a thing. How dare you? Spyro is the little purple dragon, and he had some really good games on the PlayStation 1, and then nothing happened. Nothing. Yeah, I can't really find Miyamoto too. Like, it's not like... There's a lot of worse game developers in all respects, but I can't really find him, like, godly worshipy. Like, I wish people could transfer their, like, major good, like, at least some of their major goodwill towards Miyamoto. Put that to Sakurai. What? Sakurai has never done, well, I guess the tripping thing in Brawl. If that was even him. I think it probably was, but, like, just look at Kirby. Kirby has never screwed up. The worst Kirby game. Compare the worst Kirby game to, like, the worst Mario spin-off game. Like, the worst Kirby spin-off, which, I don't know. Like, Star Stacker? I don't know. The worst Kirby game is still a good game, is what I'm trying to say here. I guess some people really don't like Air Ride, and I don't understand. Like, I understand not, like, wanting Kirby to be, like, what Air Ride is, but Air Ride is not a bad game. Kirby is a pure and good boy. Free-to-play one. Oh, I guess the... I mean, even that one. I mean, I don't like that one. The, I don't know if the free-to-play one counts, though. Because that's like... Free-to-play is bad on purpose. But, like, the actual combat in that one is alright. It's just, like, it tries to, like, make you wait and do stupid things for stats. Has there not been a Kirby party game yet? Yeah, I don't know. But with Nintendo's record of party games lately, they can just not do that, honestly. Like, do you want Kirby Party 10? Do you want Kirby Amiibo Festival? Like, yeah. Actually, I think these Fat Lancers may be, like, upgraded stat-wise, because Fat Lancers were enemies I fought, like, in the last game, and they should be, like, dying in one hit. So I think maybe there is some feature to, like, scale the levels, scale, like, an enemy, or, like, it's probably just a separate enemy, but looks and sounds the same, but has different stats. But, yeah. Mario Party 6 is the best. I actually only have, like, I only owned the N64 ones. Which, they had 3 Mario parties on one console. It was kind of excessive, but they were all good. Yeah, they kind of, around Wii, it was getting like, do I really need this? I always thought, WarioWare, WiiWare, whatever what was the Wii one called? The Wii WarioWare I thought was that was a way better party game. And you could play that with so many people. There were some mini games in that we could play with like 20 different people. Because it was just like, okay, number 1 person, do the thing with the remote. Okay, number 2, and so on. Because you didn't need to, it was like asynchronous. By the way, where's WarioWare Switch? I think, like, Nintendo tends to do these dumb, like, tech demo games every generation, like 1-2 Switch. At least let the WarioWare team do those. Like, WarioWare is that team. They're the one team that could make that dumb tech demo game be an actually good game. Like 1-2 Switch, but it's the WarioWare thing. That would have been really good. I guarantee that would at least be good. I never actually got too into Wario Land. Like they do look cool, but I never played them myself. Game and Wario ported to Switch. I don't think you would really be able to do that. Did I have a GameCube? Yeah, and I still have a Wii, so I can still play GameCube games. I mostly just ripped them all to play on my PC,
tough
but...
guys, bring it on!
At least the boss is different, so that's nice. Oh dang, did they just lose all that health just now, or were they already hurt? They like have low HP. Oh yeah, wasn't Pikmin supposed to be like done? I was figuring that Pikmin 4 was gonna be like a launch thing for Switch. Give us the min. Pikmin isn't done, but I thought it was like really, really close, and that was like 2 or 3 years ago. How is it not done? I think a Waluigi game has to happen at some point. if there's a Waluigi game, I want it to be something extremely weird and uncomfortable. Like, I want it to be like Sneak King, where you're like walking around like the Mushroom Kingdom and like sniffing people's shoes or something, and like just doing random unfortunate tasks, and just there's no major goal. You're just Waluigi and you're a freaking weirdo, and your goal is to just do all of the weird things that you can and not have people like judge you for it. Because like if it's just like a platformer but you're Waluigi, like I don't think it's gonna be very good. Like they can make good platformers, but like it's got to be something screwed up. Waluigi game would be like my roommate Sonic. I really need to play those for like a video. You're Waluigi. I want it to be like basically what I want a Waluigi game to be like. I want it to be like those Brawl in the Family comics. Like that's probably what's, you know, make me think about that. Like I want it to be the Brawl in the Family comics, but you play as the Waluigi, and you're hiding in Luigi's tub, and like peeking up out of the water, like, oh yes, Waluigi time, yes, and like, yeah. I don't think it's a good Waluigi game if it's not creepy, honestly. The problem is that my impression of Waluigi is 100% developed by Brawl in the Family. I mean, that is a very good impression of Waluigi to have, in my opinion. I love the Brawl in the Family interpretation of, yeah. I'm certain that's not how he was intended to be. I mean, he is supposed to be a creepball, like... He just showed up when everyone was playing tennis. He's like, yeah, I gotta win. And he's just there. Like, he's probably like maybe supposed to be half as creepy as he is in the Brawl in the Family, but that should just be the canon one. Like, I reject their canon and I replace it with my own. It's not wrong, it's just my head canon. Okay, we've got to do a 40 hit bonus. But I mean, like, Wario is already just a mild creepy. Like they need to go full bore on it. Okay, now I know for sure that these are edited enemies, because the Angelic Gore is an enemy from the first game, actually. So it now has better stats, but it's still very easy at my level anyway. Keep going with the spear, or the scythe, I guess. I was expecting the difficulty to ramp up a bit more quickly. Because the thing in this game is you level up pretty dang quickly, so you can start, if you start in an area where you're pretty weak, but you can live, you'll get levels like... I think the most experience you can get from an enemy is like 600, which levels up every 1,000, so you'll level up like every couple of levels, or level up every couple of levels. So every one level you'll get 1/5 of a level. But no, every couple of battles you'll get a level if you're barely able to survive. What do I think is the best game system? The one that you're playing on. I'll be philosophical.
I'll crush you.
Oh yeah, Goblin Guards were definitely, those are like the first enemies you fight. So yeah, I get what's going on here. I get the picture. Oh yeah, I need to buy a CRT. I've been trying to get like, not that I have time to play any of them, but I've been meaning to like re-amass a bit of a retro collection. So I gave mine away because I was a freaking idiot in college.
I didn't even break a sweat.
Why does he talk like that? Why? Namco, fix this. Crap, I was gonna do a thing and I figured what that thing was. Well, we're about halfway through with the virus cores. Oh yeah, I was gonna check the this. Okay, still need some scythe. All right. Pixel art is fine. Pixel art does not need any additional help, really. Like, have you seen Owlboy? Pixel art is fine. People whine about it, but like, have you seen people? They're terrible. Like, just because people whine about a thing does not like. That's just that's just what you got to deal with. A lot of people are just awful or stupid, and usually both.
I'll crush you.
It's unfortunate, but that's just kind of what you got to deal with. People are just objectively bad, I'm sorry. Excellent life advice, yes. People considered harmful. Banjo-Kazooie was really good pixel art. That would be interesting, though. I mean, how do you do open world like platforminess but pixel art? Unless you mean like a Mega Man Legends sort of deal. Which I wish more stuff from that era looked like Mega Man Legends. It's such a good look. Every time he says that like that, it's like it's so wrong. And I think it's the same. I think it is the voice actor, but he's just not doing the entrance voice. But my alt 90s wish would be Donkey Kong 64 is just it's Donkey Kong Country 64, and it's absolutely nothing like Donkey Kong 64 was. It's just a good 2D platformer, but it's on N64 and they have more megabytes of memories. So the enemies get different, but they don't really seem to get any stronger. I mean, maybe I'm just leveling up to the point where I get past the difficulty, but I lose my shit when these enemies die. They're like, where? Exactly what a lizard person would sound like. The lizard people that control the Illuminati. That's what they sound like. They sound like. I freaking love Donkey Kong Country. That was one of the first games I had as a kid. I didn't like it as much as Yoshi's Island, because I mean, it's not as good. But Donkey Kong Country 2 is fantastic, and 3 is still really good. Kiddy Kong is bad, like objectively, but other than that, Donkey Kong Country, it's not as Donkey Kong Country 3's only real crime, other than Kiddy Kong, is not being Donkey Kong Country 2. It is very easily better than the first game, in my opinion. I don't even think that's really debatable, unless, you know, pure nostalgia reasons, or, you know, you get some really specific desires. Because, like, even Kiddy Kong, I think, is actually, like, in a speedrun or, like, objective gameplay sort of sense, I think Kiddy Kong has more functionality than Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is... He's kind of like the Mario thing, where he's the worst character in his own series. And you're almost sorry for them, but they're so boring that you're just actually not. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but who plays Mario in Mario Party? Like, kids who eat glue think Mario is the best character in Mario Party. I'm sorry. It's all about Yoshi or Luigi, anybody but Mario. He's like plain white bread topped with another slice of plain white bread. Crash Bandicoot will be pixel art. It's the first game as well, so it's a 2D game pretending to be 3D. Yeah, Crash was weird. I guess that's just kind of how you had to make a platformer with the D-pad they were giving you. I'm sorry for the squeaks. That is my chair. I'm gonna have such a high chim count at the end of this. Like, not the chim count in the bottom right, but like that side quest I need. I'll probably be like almost done with it.
My philosophy is to go full strength.
Oh, hold up. Oh. Don't die. I need to do the thing. There you go.
How unlucky for you to have met me.
Oh crap, it's Drain Arc now. Does that give me better stuff or does it just do more damage? I probably should have read that. I'm just used to mashing through things at the end of a battle. I don't know if that just does more damage, which I don't really need, or if it gives me more Virus Cores, which I don't really need either, but it would briefly cause me to do a side quest a little bit faster. Which obviously that's the real moral of the story. Yeah, Donkey Kong Country, like, I like the first game, but it does some really dumb stuff. Like, if you're trying to 100% that game, I think you'd find it a lot less good of a game. Like, the secrets and stuff could be really dumb. And the difficulty was kind of wonky. Like, I got to the, I got to Oil Drum Alley or whatever. I was stuck on that level for like a day. Or more than a day. I was like, this game is completely physically impossible. I did eventually get past it, unlike a lot of games. Like, at least it let you save though. It didn't let you save as often as, like, you know, a modern game would. But a lot of the games on Genesis that I had, they didn't let you save, and so like I never beat Vector Man because of that. And I never liked that in terms of being like a difficulty thing. I don't think losing progress is like an aspect of difficulty. Like, not a relevant one anyway. Also, they added a lot of little nice things to the remaster. They added a feature where you can use multiple healing things in a row. And I think in the original you would have had to go back into the menu after everything that you used. So that would obviously be a little bit annoying. It's not the item I meant to use. Alright, this way. I'm just gonna speed through some of this. Gotta go. Oh, speaking of gotta go fast, there's actually a charm that lets you go faster, and I have completely forgotten to use it. I really love when games let you increase your movement speed. One of the biggest sins a game can do, in my opinion, is to not respect the player's time. So I think being able to speed stuff up is just really important for pretty much any kind of game. I think it's pretty much any game's duty to never raise the anxiety level of the player unless it's like, you know, a willing thing, like, you know, Binding of Isaac. Like, you're going in there, you want to, you want to get a little beat up, but like, you're playing an RPG and you don't want to be like, oh, but do I never revisit this town? What if do I have to buy this thing? What if I need this for a quest 13 hours later, and if you open this treasure chest, you don't get the mega super secret item, but there's absolutely no reason to not open the chest. That's the dumbest crap. That's like a real thing in Final Fantasy 12, by the way. There's this random ass treasure chest, and if you open that like a good RPG boy does, the game's like, ha! Loser! You idiot! You fell for my trap card. Now you don't get the ultimate super secret weapon. You dumb idiot loser! How dare you play my game? I ruined your life. I ruined your life for trying to play my game. It's like, what? Like, they managed to find an item condition even dumber than Excalibur 2 in Final Fantasy 9. That crap still bugs me to this day, by the way. That Excalibur 2, that is garbage. speedrun challenge in a Final Fantasy game that was actually, that is like an extremely good time, by the way. That is not something that like, you know, oh, the devs thought you could beat it in 12 hours, but the speedrun time is like 30 seconds. Like, no, it's pretty close. In fact, I think it's close enough that if you play on the European version, I think it is actually impossible to get the, it's impossible to get Excalibur 2 without using the cutscene skip. There's just not enough time because the PAL is slower. The data mine Xenoblade 2's Gacha drop rates. 0.1% chance to get Cosmos? What the fuck? Why? You can't even pay. You can't pay. Why? Why is Gashapon such shit? Why? That is awful. Gashapon is always garbage, and you should never put it or support it in any game ever. That does nothing for them. Like, they don't get money for people playing the game longer. Why would they do that? I hope that sparks some outrage and they have to change that, because that is bullshit. Because, like, if I got Xenoblade 2, like, oh, there's Cosmos in this. I like Cosmos. I played Xenosaga. I don't want to play the game until I have Cosmos. And then it's just impossible to get Cosmos. Like, that is worse than the 1,000-year-old blue whale. That is bullshit. Like, I knew it was bullshit before, but it's somehow even worse. That's the thing about Gashapon. You think it's bad, but it's not bad. It's worse. No matter how bad you think it is always somehow worse. Christ. I can't wait for that shit to be illegal. Like, if there's anything in video games that should be... Oh, hey, it's Momoka. It's just a name I recognize. Yeah, that's... Ugh. It's just actual gambling. It's just complete garbage. Oh, if you mean the Gashapon, the luck shell thing, yeah, that is pretty close, yeah. Recruiting a Kecleon on a Mystery Dungeon series is a little bullshit. Oh yeah, Mystery Dungeon could be pretty annoying in terms of recruiting people. Is it actually that low, though? Because damn, it's like 0.1% sounds bad on its own, but like you have to do a lot of stuff to actually like you have to get rare engrams, like fucking like it's Destiny or something, to be able to even have an attempt. And like it takes work to get those. And it's just, oh my god. Thanks for making sure I never buy Xenoblade 2 ever. I didn't even like Xenoblade Chronicles X, honestly. I got to this tutorial hellscape, and then there's this guy in the background like, whole different planet. It's like, shut the fuck up. Oh my god. Like, the music in that game makes me want to just freaking eat a Tide Pod. It's a Japanese guy rapping in English, and he like thinks he's really cool, and he's not. I'm usually fine with English, but it's like, ugh. And the saddest thing is like the music itself isn't really bad, but like the music, or the music isn't bad, but the music, nah, the vocals, oof. And then when you're in the town, it's this guy who just like, yeah, like it's this guy who's like about to start. It's like Coach Z. It's like, yeah, 1 2 1 2, about to freestyle. 1 2 1 2. Like he never starts freestyling. He just like he's about to freestyle, but he never does.
Come on, there's gotta be someone better.
Sounds like the German Naruto theme. Wait, what's the German Naruto theme? Is this like a thing? Yeah, I couldn't stand that game. Plus the MMO combat with the cooldowns. Like, there was just way too many bad actors in that game. Like, not bad actors as in, like, actors, but, like, things that I did not like. Like, even just the faces alone were already a pretty big black mark. But then MMO combat and, Yeah! Oh! Like, it's like... Ugh. Technically, you have to minimize your ability to recruit other Pokemon just to get to... Really? Wow. Why? Pokemon does some really dumb bullshit, though. I will admit, I love Pokemon, but they... Like, shinies in general, I think that's garbage. And it just causes a lot of people to do a bunch of dumb crap to waste their time, really. And, like, yeah, there have been shinies that I want. I did get, like, the one shiny I wanted in Final Fantasy. In Sun Moon, I did get, I really wanted a Minior. Because they're just me. Like, hold on, let me show you this. Like, shiny Minior is just me. Hold on. I actually got this, no, not lying. I got this on Christmas. Like, I was just playing the game and hatching some seeds at Christmas at my parents' place. And, you know, just, you know, being wonderfully social. But look at this. This is me. This is just actually me. I love him. I love myself, apparently. But yeah, look, it's so freaking cute. They're little candy meteors, and they hit like a truck, and they're just wonderful. Precious Pokemon self. But yeah, I was just casually playing some Sun Moon because I think it came out, or it didn't come out around then, but I was playing it around then. I didn't. I got into it a little bit late, and I was just hatching some eggs, and I just happened to get the shiny. It was Pokemon's birthday present or Christmas present, whatever manner present to me. Oh hey, Kerosene. I'm tempted by this Naruto song, but I gotta play Vidge games. I might have to end the stream in like maybe a half hour because my voice is getting a little bit scratchy. I don't usually stream this long on weekdays. Usually 2 hours is what I do for weekdays. I do think I'll stream for the rest of the week though. I think I'll just do some casual streams and just kind of get back in the hang of things because I can actually stream now. Because that's, you know, I like that. I like being able to do the thing that I want to do. Did you play the Naruto song on stream? I'm tempted, but like I would get so content ID'd, I'm sure. According to the Pokédex, it says I was its crunchy outside shell for long with ice. No, they put their shell back on. I don't know why they had such a death boner in the Sun Moon thing. Like, I'm usually all one for the that was a hell of a sentence. I'm usually all for like the grim like ghost Pokemon index things. But like Pokemon Sun Moon is like, yes, this is a little Pokemon. It eats bees and it dies. This is a different Pokemon. It dies. This is a third Pokemon. It dies. They all die. Everyone dies. It's like, okay, you're edgy. We understand. You're edgy and you're cool. And the fellow kids enjoy the edgy memes. And like, just fucking calm down. Like, they're all like that. There's so many of them. There's so many. That voice is why you're getting scratched. I'm sure that didn't help, but yeah. Just you can't do it that much. Like, you gotta be like Kirby. Kirby has some of the best horror because like it's just little nuggets of horror and it just like comes out of nowhere at the very end and it just has so much more punch. Best edgy Pokemon is the one that absorbs souls. No, Lantern is cool because like, you know, it comes out of nowhere. Like, it's cool, but like when everything just Sun Moon is just like, yeah, this is a Rattata. It fucking dies. It's a stupid rat. Fuck you for playing my game, you stupid idiot. Like, okay. Like, the Pokemon Sun Moon Pokédex is just like, how dare you like things. I will ruin everything you like. I hate you. Oh yeah, Drifloon is great too. Just casually abducting children. Like they're ghost Pokemon, it makes sense. The only one not like that is Salazzle. Oh man, I hate Salazzle. Salazzle is the worst. Of all of the furry baits, Salazzle bugs me the most. Even more than Mega Lopunny. I never would have thought that could be topped, but yes. And you know they're doing it on purpose. The furry bait Pokemon, that is completely deliberate. How dare you spawn a friend. One of my least favorite things in RPGs is enemies that spawn friends. Also things that counterattack with sleep. That's very annoying as well. Oh, somebody remind me, next time I get my morale gauge full, I need to see the actual animation of Drain Arc. I keep skipping it because I'm used to it, but I should really, you know, show the cool animations because I'm, you know, streaming and stuff. I'm just kind of playing the game by habit at this point, which it's kind of what I want to do for streams. You know, I want to show you the cool stuff too, but you know, I want it to feel more casual and less, you know, bleh. It's like with all of the issues and stuff that happens, like, you know, this is so weird. The stream's been fine since that one. It's been fine for like almost 3 hours now. But at the very start, like around 6, it was like, no, you can't stream this high bit rate. For no reason. Yeah, it's like the very beginning of the streams now. Which I guess is better than suddenly dropping at 8 o'clock, but like why? It's so consistent. It's so consistently inconsistent. I guess I'll take this over the other Medicom Malady any day, but like why does it happen? I agree with Alcade though, there's gotta be better enemies. What's the dealio? Like, this is supposed to be a hard game. I think this might be one of those things where like it takes a while to actually get up to speed. I do think you end up eventually fighting Guardians and stuff, which are interesting. What am I thinking of? I know Guardians are a thing in the first set of PS2 games. I forget if they are in here. See the Drain Arc. I won't be stealing your bandwidth or anything. No, I got a secured network. I mean, my router should prevent any other devices from hogging bandwidth while this PC is doing stuff. I do have the option to do some, I do have the option to do some quality of service stuff and ensure like specific programs on my PC do have emphasis, but yeah. We have ancient arrows. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Oh, yeah, Zelda. I actually laughed really hard the first time I hit one of those Walker Guardians with an ancient arrow. Just immediately died. I think that was one of the first Guardians that walk upright that I had ever killed. And so I just hit it in the eye with an ancient arrow and just dead. I was like, oh. I was scared of those for that.
My philosophy is to go full strength.
I wish I could have streamed some Breath of the Wild. I did enjoy that game. It was really hard to get into for me. But once I did, it was a pretty good, chill game. It has the worst difficulty curve, though. It has an inverse difficulty curve. Like, the first area is, like, tutorial Zelda difficulty. And then it's, like, Satan's anus difficulty. And then, like, it's regular Babby Zelda difficulty. Like, it gets harder than, like, Zelda 2 for, like, a brief period. And, like, everything is, like, a one-hit kill. And it's really dumb. And then you just actually get equipment, and then everything is easy again. Like, forever. And it never gets harder. Like, you end up, like, throwing away great flame blades and stuff. And you're just like, this is trash. DLC. I haven't played the DLC or things at all. I'm still not particularly down with the concept of Zelda having DLC, honestly. Especially not the Korak mask thing. Like, fixing your game design with DLC, paid DLC, not really a big fan of that. I mean, like, it's neat that Koroks are designed in a way that, like, you don't need to get all of them, but, like, let's be real. We're talking about Zelda fans here. You want all of them, even if you can't get all of them. Oh crap! I have too many items. Wait, can I actually throw away rarity 5 items? That's bad. I need to store some crap next time I get to a platform. I do think there is like a DLC that adds like new quests and stuff that's supposed to be pretty good, but I played enough Breath of the Wild. I played like 100 hours. That's more than enough. What block am I in? Oh, okay. I'll finish out this block. I'll get to the next boss and unlock the next region and then call it quits for the night. I'm probably still gonna play some .hack.gu. I guess until I go to bed anyway. But I think I'll probably be streaming this tomorrow too. I'm not sure what I'll stream for the weekend. I do want to get Chaos Wars. That was a really great suggestion. But that'll be later. I want to do an announcement stuff for that. I do have some other stuff. What else do I have to stream here? There's something else. I don't know if I would want to stream Rhyme. I think I might want to play that on my own first. Stream my roommate Sonic. I do. I think. I don't know. Stuff like that is kind of too short for a stream. I do need to play that at some point, though. See, here, that's what I'm talking about. Movement speed plus 25%. You want to improve your game immediately. Give me an item that lets me go faster. You could do the full set of 4 games. I guess I could. I'm not sure that would even still be like a 3-hour stream, though. Ugh, the X button on my controller is so greasy. What? Is there any... Is it physically possible to, like, degrease? Like, when you got finger grease on, like, a controller and, like, a button is real shiny, that's, like, not actually possible to, clean, right? It's, like, physically altered at that point. Like, I've never successfully... Like, you can wipe off the actual layer of grease, but, like, over time, it sounds disgusting, but, like, this... buttons get shiny, and you can't really do anything about that, can you? Like, I've tried, like, rubbing alcohol and stuff, and... Like, it's not just, like... I don't know, it's just, like, a physical property change, I guess. Anti-grease stuff, crud cutter. Wouldn't rubbing alcohol work for that? Like, I don't have, like, Goo Gone and stuff. But I would have figured that, or, like, soap. Like, I tried soapy water, which... Is that not anti-grease? I was trying to... Just brooch. I don't need that at all. Let me store my rarity 5 stuff. Heinz Invasion was another really good item, but yeah, I'm gonna store that. Empty skies. Oh right, this is a cool thing. So, I think I might keep that one on me. I should probably actually be using that, but yeah, I'll store this. I've been using that too much. Silly ad. Oh, I forgot I even got this. Oh wait, I think this is actually 61. I'm not sure that's actually very good. Oh wait, no, never mind. Never mind. That's good. Store some of this other crap then. Oh, I need to remove the items from that one though. -0. Alright, this one's a really cool thing. So, regular attacks have a 10% chance to reduce the enemy's HP to 10% of its current HP. No, Crud Cutter has like enzymes and stuff in it. Huh. I could try it, I guess. But I think with like a controller thing, like I think there's just like a rough like layer that just becomes smooth over time and results in the shininess. Like I'm not sure it's really a thing you can really fix. That like a new button. Wait, why do we even have these frosts? You do get good equipment in this area though. Bethesda did her remake of Fallout 3 and made it look like Dragon Quest to introduce open world RPGs to Japan. Really? I had no idea that was a thing. The game isn't available to play anymore. Oh, these are the things! These are the things! These are the hanger berries. Which I initially interpreted as like hanger. Like when you're hangry. You want to eat? Like a misspelling of hungry. But like, look at these freaks. Look, I love them. They have like little bean friends with like cactus organs. Like, yeah. I love these things. And they're little creepy trees with... I'm sleeping. This one is just having a moment here. He does not know how to get to me. The only evidence exists is some game screenshots. Really? That is weird. You would think, like, was it like an MMO or something? Like, how is it not available to play? Yeah, sometimes the dot hack enemy design gets really weird, and I really enjoy that. I like anything that's weird, honestly. Let me see if I have genuinely better. Well, I know Empty Skies is better, but I want the chain stuff. I have this thing still. Not really. Do I have... I think this armor from the last game is still better because it reduces damage by 25%. And it's a little bit lower stats, but not... It lowers all of my elements if I changed it too, so nah. It's like, equipment can be kind of too good. And the equipment from the first game wasn't like that either. Like, the best equipment from the first game is almost immediately garbage in the second game. But, some of the best goodies in the second game are, really good. I just love these dudes. There should just be a game with nothing but enemies like that. How else stop playing Tap Tap Fish after the update? I don't know. I don't know what the intent of that question is. Play different games though. That's my suggestion regardless. I've been playing Makai Wars personally. It unfortunately does have a gashapon, but it's just a decent little SRPG. I'm mostly having fun to like figure it out and make the guide. I really do enjoy making guides and stuff.
I'll crush you.
Oh, who else? Oh. Okay. Typos and such. Yeah, I've definitely stopped. If the next event is like this one, I'm just done, totally. Like, there's no reason for me to even make the guide anymore. If there's no reason for me to update the guide, there's no reason for me to play Abyssrium. Like, I stopped playing it any, like, casual, like, capacity a long time ago. It's a shame it went like this, but yeah. Oh yeah, I already deleted off my phone. I'll delete it off my PC if it continues being that bad. There's only 3 screenshots? Oh. Take a look. Oh, whoa! Weird. It looks like one of those indie games that really wants to be Minecraft. Like, let me show you this. It looks really weird and not very... I mean, I see the Famicom carts and stuff. I'm saving these pictures in the wrong folder.
This pose is no
Oh, damn it.
problem.
Damn it, Bethesda! You've ruined my life for the last time. Yeah, I don't know. Into the World of Fallout tour. Oh, it is like... That font in particular bothers me.
This situation is to our advantage. Heavenly wheels! Heavenly wheels!
The one sad thing about the Hangerberry is that most enemies in the game, they have, like, you know, 3D palette swaps, you know, where it's not really a palette swap, but they have different, like, faces, or, you know, they edit up the model and, you know, make it a new enemy. Hangerberry doesn't have any of those. It's like, I want to see more of those. At least I haven't seen any of those. They may have them, I just haven't seen it yet, but yeah. They never translate the games nowhere to be found. Huh. Yeah, I was talking about he's talking about that thing that I just posted, that Fallout thing. That weirdness. Is it getting darker in here? I think that might be a thing as you go down in here. Giga Mammoth. Look at his little legs! Oh my god, look at those little legs. Look at those tiny little legs. Look at them. How do I... Oh, I can't. You can't go into first person mode in combat. Tiny little legs. So since my weapon heals me as I attack, I always have like full everything. That's my enemy, or my allies are like dying over here. That's why it's hard to let go of some of the weapons from the end of, though this isn't even, this is just like Kaseo's ultimate weapon, so I mean, of course, it's hard to let go of it. But yeah. Ah. I really want to data drain this thing. I wish data drain acted a bit more like it did in the first dot hack. The first dot hack's data drain, I keep skipping the animation. You could use data drain on regular enemies, and it would raise your corruption level or something, or virus level. And you could like data drain, say like a huge dragon thing, and it would turn into a dragon puppy, which is like a level 1. Every enemy in the game had a level 1 version, or like every type of enemy. So you would data drain it down to the level 1 thing, and then you would just kick it and like deal 9,999 damage and kill it instantly. So it was like pretty neat. And it helped make the game feel like, you know, you have this really super powered thing. Haseo really likes to scream. He scream at own ass. He screamed at own ass when no one else would. I'm sorry, it's like my favorite combination of nonsense memes. Oh wait, hold up. Oh. You can also increase your morale meter by using items on your butterinos here. So when my morale bar is really close to full. Okay, don't skip it this time. I still think Kite's bracelet is cooler. Like, the Haseo stuff is fancier, but just there's an aesthetic about Kite's bracelet. And even though the first game didn't really look as good, there's just a feeling about it that just makes it. I really hope they have some kind of remaster for the first series of Dot Hack games too, because they could use even more of a remaster than this. Like this game was like a candidate for one of those like pretty simple remasters. It was already a pretty good game. Some simple fixes, like, you know, they did some good stuff like speed it up, some, you know, ease of living changes and stuff. Made the graphics look better. You know, the graphics are already alright, just kind of, you know, put it in 1080p, 60 FPS, all that crap. But Dot Hack, the first one, it could use some gameplay changes. It's kind of like menu. It was trying a bit too hard to be MMO-ish, and so it ended up using lots of menus. But like MMOs don't really, you have lots of skills in MMOs, but you bind them to, you know, shortcut keys. But you don't have those when you're, you know, on a thing. Console, so it was just ended up being kind of weird. It wasn't terrible, but the story is a lot better, and the experience in general. They're still really enjoyable, but the combat alone is a little bit eh. Like, mostly the basic attacks sucked. Like, when you're going through menus to use the skills and stuff, like, the skills are pretty cool, but Kite's basic attack isn't, yeah. That's just something they majorly improved on for this one. I know I already have that, right? Yeah, I already have that. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I think I'm going to bail for tonight. Oof. Voicing a little bit scratchy, and probably need to head for bed for an hour here anyway. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you probably tomorrow with more of this, I guess. I'm not sure what we'll do for the weekend. Maybe more birthdays, maybe, I don't know. Just some casual, you know, what I happen to be playing streams, I guess. But yeah. See ya, and hope to see you tomorrow. 6 p.m. Central is, you know, streams always tend to be. And yeah, streams should hopefully be more frequent now that my stuff is fixed, and as angry as I was at MediaCom at the very, very beginning of the stream, it's it seems to have worked itself out. Anyway, see ya.